I made it. I just made it. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Trying to see who's tuning in right now. Let me just open up X real quick, formerly known as Twitter. Got a video or two to show you. But you know what? Before I start this Christ pill stream, let me start putting some people on notice. Let me start putting some of these people on notice. I'm putting what TradCon artists could we put on notice right now? Lila Rose, one of the first people that comes to mind. What's it? Michaela Peterson. All them people, all those people. Sovereign Bra, whatever that guy's name is. And to be fair, you know what? I won't even bring up the obvious when it comes to Sovereign Bra. I won't even bring up the obvious. I'm not even gonna. I ain't even gonna even do Sovereign Bra like that because when I heard him talk, I was like, my my G radar went off. Mr. Sovereign Bra. Yo, have you? First of all, here's the thing, particularly with the those young pre. Have you ever met like the young preachers when they're like coming up training when they're like in high school? When they're have you ever met those dudes when they were coming up in high school? Have you ever met somebody like that? I knew like a couple people like that. Like they were young preachers in training. I know these people, dog. They be hustling, man. They be hustling. But in the meantime, in the meantime, let's look at some clips on Instagram. I already had saved up. I made sure this was a more organized show, like last time I did. Um, so I make it on that 2 hour note, right? But let's see some viral clips for today before we even go in to the Christ pill. Um, right here. Let's start doing some presenting. I see one person in the chat. We're only 2 minutes in, so I don't want to go straight into it though. I don't want to go straight in. Here we go.
What I'm going to say, what is it that's controversial? I said, well, have you ever looked at a dog's tongue and thought, oh, look at your face. That's what I'm saying. Oh, this is bad. What I'm going to say, what is it that's controversial? I said, well, have you ever looked at a dog's tongue and thought, oh, look at your face. That's what.
Now, I want to do this. I want to give a special shout out to the incel community. And people not gonna like what I have to say on that end. I want to give a special shout out to the incel community. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to the normies and the dudes that are trying not to look like weirdos, so what they do is very lazy. So what they do is they put the incels and the RP and they mix it together and act like we're all the same. No, incels are different from the RP community, but I'm gonna give them their credit on this end because the way that people just talk crazy about the incels, which is kind of like the lowest um people to just bully, you know what I mean? But I went on their forums and they put me on to the dog pill. and and look, man, I got to give them their propers because there was a lot of things that now that they put the incels put me on to game to that I'm like, you know what? I did not know this. Now things are starting to make sense because even when I was younger, the brothers of the Nation of Islam, they would be like, "Hey, hey, don't date no white girls, brother. You know they be fucking their dogs, right?" And I'd be like, "Ah, nah, that's just too far." But they would tell me stories. Like I used to have a Muslim brother that used to cut my hair back not too long ago. Talked about this stuff. Now, I didn't know there was a word for it, but the incels call it the dog pill. And if you guys want to gross yourself out, or if you want to be discouraged, just look up what the dog pill is, and the incels will literally tell you all the steps, everything in that. You know what I mean? Like how specifically they'll like there's women that will specifically select certain dog breeds for, yeah, it's yep. You know what I mean? It's discouraging. It's discouraging, but it's real. It's real. Let's take a listen to the video one more time. White women are not going to beat the allegations.
Oh, this is bad, what I'm going to say, what is it that's controversial? I said, well, have you ever looked at a dog's tongue and thought, oh, look at your face. That's what I'm saying. Oh, this is bad.
And like I said, I'll say this in the future, starting even right now, we talk about red flags in a single woman. If you are meeting a single woman and she has a dog, I'm talking about she's just single, but she has a dog, that's a red flag. Or like basically, if she has a pet and she's single, that's a red flag. Bottom line. Bottom line. That's gonna be part of because like my top two red flags is if she smokes weed and if she went to college. But if you want to put in the top 10, if she has a pet, I'm talking about if she's single specifically, and she has a pet, that's a red flag because they are you, man. They put me like the incels, they put me on that one. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The incels put me on. I was like, they put me on to like the incels put me on to a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh, no wonder why they give them a bad rep. But like I said, the incels and the art and people of the RP, those are not same. Those are basically opposites. It's very lazy synopsis. And by the way, this is the problem that I have with dudes right here. Like it's dudes. Like you'll make a point on Instagram or you'll make a video on YouTube, and you'll have a dude tripped out looking motherfucker talking about, oh, what is this incel content? What are you, a RP incel? And I'm like, and I'll be looking at the profile of the dude, and the dude would look like an incel himself. I'll be like, what? I'm like, homie, I'll be looking at these profile pics, and I'll be like, bro, you look worse than me, dog. That no. I mean, do what you got to do to secure your little crumbs of punani that you're trying to get out here, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And it's interesting too, these panderers. What ends up happening to the panderers, the reason why I don't go crazy on the liberal men, and people might disagree with me on this. This is why I don't go crazy on the liberal men. They end up learning the hard way. So, and I already know most men have to learn the hard way. But I'm talking about liberal men end up getting into a crisis where their beliefs, right, whatever the gynocracy has told them, and then reality, it's gonna hit them. And I always see it coming. Like I had friends, dog, or people I played music with, and I saw it coming. I saw it coming, man. Listen, man, I'll always see it coming. You start seeing their stories, and they start posting some, the guy mediocre tutorials. They start posting stuff from him, stuff like that. Or like it'll be a guy that was so super liberal, right? And then all of a sudden they're not posting their girl no more. And be like, whoa, what happened? And I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, wait. Anyway, is the sound good? How's the sound? Is the sound sounding right now? Just to make sure. Put something in the chat. Just make sure. Hit the one in the chat that the audio's good. You know what I mean? Put a one in the chat if the audio's good. Put a two in the chat if it's if it's messing up. Oh, I'm good. Okay, good. Just make sure. Oh, August. I remember you commented on one of my videos a while back. I forgot which one, but thank you for tuning in. The Christ pill, though. Even though I kind of went to the dog pill, but that's what I'm gonna start doing is I gotta give I'm because I don't like how people just bully the incels because it's like the lowest rung. It's the lowest rung group that people just pick on. I don't like it when people do stuff like this. It reminds me of like when back in the day um when the 9/11 attacks happened and stuff like that and they start putting all the Muslims in one group, or when something happens they put all these people in one group, or if you support Orange Man, then all of a sudden you're a bad guy, or like all right wingers are this. No, I don't like it when people do stuff like that. That's called lazy research. I don't like it when people do stuff like that. And I will say this because I remember even going on the incel forum recently, because I've been doing this recently because people keep talking crazy about the incels. I don't see the like they're not dangerous to me. The incels are not dangerous to me. I've done a couple of streams about this too. They're not dangerous to me. Um, I even showed people proof about that. Like they're not a threat. But I remember seeing a joke. One of the incels went on their forums and um he said something hilarious. He said, if you are he said if you are an incel like me, what I want you to do is uh uh I want you to go and um just ask a girl out. Ask like a 10. He said just ask a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 girl out. Just do it. And he said she's gonna reject you, but what's gonna end up happening is she's going to question herself for the rest of the night. Because you already know how women work. Like if a ugly dude approaches them, just cold approaches them or whatever, they're gonna think something's wrong with them. Like, why am I attracting an ugly dude? That's mess. First of all, that's messed up to do something like that. But that was hilarious. That is hilarious. And I've seen other variations of that joke on the forums, but they're not threats to me. They're not threats. And all they don't like, or the way they like. I remember watching a TV show. The way they portray incels, like they're gonna start shooting up places. No, the people that are gonna end up shooting up these institutions and deleting people in mass are not gonna be the incels. It's gonna be these people that you told them, these people that are having gender identity crises at 7, 8 years old. Now, once they find out they've been lied to and they've been tricked, those are the people that are going to be causing chaos, or the young men that are off that have been taking pills since they were in elementary school. Those are the people that are going to be causing chaos. The young men that grew up with a single mammy, right? Those are going to be the ones that are going to be causing chaos in mass. I'm not saying incels don't do dastardly things, but I'm just saying is oh man, I don't know if I still have that video, but they're not a threat. Anyways, enter the Christ pill. So, what we have right now is basically we have a surge of tradcons that have entered this space, the RP space, right? And mistakenly, normies think that they're RP aware, but they're very far from it. Very, very, I'm talking about very, very far from it. I tell people today, you're better off. You're better off. I'm talking about if you're choosing a girl, you might not want the tradcon girl or the one that's portraying to be a tradcon girl. Now, if she's already a tradcon girl, like I'm talking about if she's in her early teens, early 20s, meaning 18, I'm talking about college age, and she's like, no, I'm this religion right here. I'm Christian right there. Or let's take it off the tradcons for a second. Oh, I believe in my parents' religion. This sets me like this here. And she's under like 20 or 21 years old. That's different. But I'm talking about she's all of a sudden she's a convert past the age of 20, past the age of 25 or past the age of 23 even. He's got to get younger. That is a woman that's scamming. That's scamming you. You're better off with just like an atheist girl or an actual true feminist girl. I'm just telling you guys, it's a trend that I'm seeing where basically what most women's plan is in today's day and age is to party it up until it's too late, and once they can't attract certain dudes anymore, all of a sudden I found God or I want to settle down. But most of it is going to be a lot of those girls are going to be like, I found God. I used to do OnlyFans now, but I found God. They have so many videos of this right now. It's ridiculous. So many videos like this. Now, unfortunately, men still want to go out with these ladies. Now, they're going what the trad cons and these people, they're still pushing marriage. They're still pushing these things, but the laws have not changed. This is the problem that I have with the Christ pill. And they're still pushing marriage, these things, with the laws not changing. And because people of the RP have said, yo, the laws are not changing, hold the line, they think we're the bad guy. They think people like me, right? When you see some of the one of my earlier videos in this space, when I said Riley Gaines is not your friend, and these people, right? They think I'm the bad guy. When I say Lila Rose is a scam artist, they think I'm a bad guy, and I'm literally like, guys, this is the year 2024. We can't be falling for this. But it'll be men attacking me, talking about you don't know her. What do all this stuff. I'll give you proof. Let me bring up my YouTube channel real quick. I'm gonna do some self promotion, but let me show you something real quick, man. This is one of I think my first video of Lila Rose. When she was talking to Justin Waller or something. Let me search a video of mine real quick. Okay, exactly. So I'm gonna give myself some props. I My bad. Hold on. My bad. That's my voice. But right here, I was one of the first people to defend Justin Waller when he went on that show. And Lila Rose basically tried to shame him for this is before Fresh and Fit, before even Fresh and Fit covered this. I was one of the first people to cover her when she was talking to Justin Waller like he was a dog or something. And I came to defense of him. I was like, look, know your place. You can't be telling a boss dude like Justin Waller, oh, you need to have one woman. Like, who are you? That's what I was saying. And she doesn't understand the dating landscape of, especially of today's woman. More women are going to respect a man like Justin Waller that has multiple women than the average tradcon dude that's trying to do things the right way. But look at the comments. Look at the comments I got that in that month. Look at the comments I got. Nah, he just has a fat ego. Didn't like she was calm, kind, and speaking the truth. Look at the comments I got. It talk about lay off the red pill, my man. You just wasted how much time simping for water while calling everyone else a simp. This is look at the time frame 9 months ago. I think I was the first one to come into defense of Justin Waller, but everybody, too many people were simping for Lila Rose in that video. And I just like because I'm not a normie. Well, I try not to think like a normie, right? Because it was way too many people jumping on Justin Waller, acting like he got destroyed. But I don't see what she did. But maybe I don't know. I can, yeah. People tend to very disappoint. They tend to disappoint me on how they think, like for real. You know what I mean? And it was one. I do know. I did gain a subscription from Zach Brown because he was one of the few people that got me on this end. Because what the TradCon girls want, because mind you, I'm pretty sure I would like to have questions for Lila Rose too on that end. And I would like to ask her this when she's demanding loyalty, that Justin Waller is basically, he's not living in his, she's trying to basically tell Justin Waller he's not a real man because he fucked hoes. I'm just sitting there like, who are you to say? Now I'm sitting there saying like, okay, now when you met your husband, Lila, were you a virgin? Were you did you do things the right way, or did you do the shit that most hoes I already know do? Find God conveniently at age 28, 27, 29 years old, 30, 31, 32 years old. Right? And then now you're telling men after you just recently got converted how to be a real man. No, man, stop. Stop it, man. Anyway, I don't know if I can play. I'm gonna play. I know this is gonna be a little bit narcissistic, but I'm gonna play my video of this just to introduce before I started playing the Christ pill clips that I got saved up on my Instagram. I want to play this video of me defending Justin Waller in the Christ pill real quick. Let me play this video. Let me see. This is about 10 minutes long. Let's see here. It's going to play the video. I want to start where I play the video right here. So I'm going to play this video of me reacting to this. And let's see this interaction.
Can I ask you one more question?
Fire away, honey.
Okay. If you have only one place in your heart for one woman, or you want to have one woman in your heart to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. I spent my.
All right. So she asked the question, would you ever basically be with one woman? And he replies back, I'm just not wired this way. But she will not accept that answer.
20s trying to fix myself. Thought
You're a
something was
man
wrong
of
with me.
self-control. You work out, you do business.
Yeah.
You can possess your own power and direct it the way you want to direct it.
It's not how I am.
You think that might be a limited mindset?
See right there. That's the dig. And most simps, for some reason, I don't know how they missed it. They missed these things. But right there, first of all, she tried to go at it. Aren't you a man of self-control? Aren't you this? Basically saying you're not a real man. Basically questioning his masculinity. This is where she's out of line. And for some reason, I don't know how the male, a lot of the male conservatives, especially the white male conservatives, they're killing me on this. They be killing me on this issue because they. Anyway, let's continue.
None of your business, but I don't want you to think I'm triggered by you. I'm not. I saw somebody say that, and I think that's interesting. I think you're annoying, but I'm not triggered. You know what I'm saying? No, you are. You're annoying in like this goody two shoes type way, and that's fine. I'm gonna live my life on my terms, unapologetically, like truly. So you can ask me this.
So to put it nicely, this is what he was basically saying. This is boss nigga shit. He was saying it in his own Caucasian way. He can't say that. You know what I mean? But really, let me give you an ignorant translation of it, because that's how I be coming from. This is boss nigga shit. You can't tell a boss like this guy he's a CEO of his own construction company. He's his own boss. He's the one making the move. He's the multimillionaire, right? He's a multimillionaire. He's the one, he's calling the shots. Even a regular man cannot go up to him and question him about his promiscuity. When you a boss, right? When you at a certain level, a bitch or what a bitch thinks about what you doing with your dick is literally like on a totem pole of importance is literally at the ground. He has more other things to worry about. So this is what I was saying. This is 9 months ago. This is before Fresh and Fit and these people started actually coming to his defense. You know what I mean? On that, I don't know why people were afraid to touch that topic at that time, because I think Lila Rose was winning and so, quote unquote winning. But like I said, first of all, the trad cons in general, they're behind. They're so behind, and they're just so behind the times that basically any advice that a trad con gives, particularly when it comes to relationships or just dynamics or dating in general, it's so outdated. And you basically got to take the advice and just throw it out the window. That goes for Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, who else? Steve Wall, Crowder, Matt Walsh. Sorry, mix these people up. And unfortunately, Crowder, he's learning the hard way. You know what I mean? So this is what we're trying to. If you guys can avoid this, you know what I mean. But like I said, in the comment section was funny though. The comment section was hilarious. The comment section was hilarious to me. And I remember people were saying that Justin Waller was triggered, and I was like, no, what he was triggered at was the comment section of the simps was probably was probably in the chat like, oh man, she's roasted Justin, and he's like, these. The only time I seen Justin Waller pissed. This is why I came to his defense, because the only times I seen him like really pissed like that was when he was on a Fresh and Fit live call-in show, right? And what happened, he was, they was coming in with their questions, calling in with their questions, and the problem is with the Fresh and Fit fans, this is why I try to watch that show sparingly. I got love for those guys. I got love for Myron. I got love for Fresh, who's my twin. But the fan base of Fresh and Fit, these people, they don't know what they're doing in life. But they were all calling Justin Waller. They have the opportunity to ask Justin Waller some decent questions about life. And all of their questions was about girls. Oh man, how do I know if this girl likes me? Or my girl's going on a girls trip. Should I let her go? And Justin Waller, he got pissed by the end of the show. It's a clip that went viral. He got pissed at the end of the show. He was like, look, why are you guys asking me all these girl questions and y'all in your mid-20s, in your early 20s? He said, when I was in my 20s, I was even thinking about 304s like that. I was working on myself. I was working on my business. He said, nobody asked me about how to get a six-pack. Nobody asked me how to get in shape. Nobody asked me how I start a business. None of the important things. It was all talking about stupid shit. Basically calling them about they had the opportunity to talk to Justin Waller, a successful businessman, and all these Fresh and Fit callers was calling and talking about the 304s in their life that are just trolling them. Justin Waller, he was pissed. That it was that same energy. But for some reason, people took that and they were like, oh my God, Lila Roaster. Bruh. First of all, as a man, if you're a man yourself, you can't go up to no dude that gets all these 304s and be like, you're taking too many. Please. He'll just look at you and be like, who are you? Now, he can't say that with a woman because it's a woman. You're going to look like an asshole. So he was trying to politely say, hey, that's none of your business what I do with my hoes. Now, I probably would have said I probably would have said that because I don't like if people cross a line with me, if it's a man or a woman, if you're crossing the line, I'm either just gonna get the fuck away from you, or I'm just gonna politely, I'm well, not even politely. I'll just say, hey man, this is my line right here. this is the line right here. Now you can just stay over there, and we just keep it pushing. But unfortunately, Justin Waller, he's a Southern boy. You know what I mean? So he's old fashioned to a fault. So he was trying to politely tell her, "Hey, what I do with my hoes ain't none of your business." But people can't read that stuff like that. I don't know why people can't read stuff like that. Now, mind you, I'm not a Justin Waller fan in terms of like I'm not a fan of like the PUA community and all that. But I was like, at that time, I was like, I don't know why people are praising Lila Rose for this, but it's interesting now. People are now starting to see that Lila Rose is on the wrong end of this. And I'll show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you something real quick. Okay. I'm going to bring up another clip from Lila Rose just to show you how out of date she is. Because she's like, when we talk about TradCon artists, they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what's going on. Let me show you another clip from Lila Rose if I can pull it up. I know this isn't part of the plan, but I want to show you this one when Lila Rose talks, I be paying attention because the trad cons, they be killing me. They be killing me. The trad cons to me, they're very easy for me to destroy right here. So here. Oh, I'm not presenting. Here we go. Here we go. My bad, guys. Let me present this real quick. So here, because I did a video on this, and the problem with TradCons, they think the answer is Christ and just convert and just go to Jesus Christ. Oh, let me see. Hold on for a second. He said, "Isn't she like 50 years old?" No, she's got to be late 30s. She's got to be late 30s. But if she is in her early 30s, that wall, boy. Anyway, he said, "Isn't she like 50 years?" I will say this: I feel bad for white women on this end. White women age really badly, like really badly. Like they're amazing from like age from like 18, like college age. They're like amazing when they're in college, but post like 23, 24 years old, it's like downhill from here. And that might be messed up for me to say, but those are just facts. So, dude, like, okay, growing up in the suburbs, bro. Every older white dude that I met, they don't like their wife. Damn near every older white dude that have tried to give me advice on it, I'll be like, they'll always just, look, man, she's just gonna do stuff and you just gotta say yes, dear. And I'm like, that can't be life. This was before I was RP aware. I was just like, nah, man, that can't be life. If you're wrong, you're wrong. That's what I was taught, but I'm like, that can't be life. That cannot be life. And then just obeying what she's saying. Nah, I'm like, that can't be life. But they were coming from the perspective of, look, I didn't understand at the time. Look, if I don't obey her, I'm gonna lose I'm gonna lose all my stuff. It's not when people say men are gonna lose half their stuff, that's the minimum of stuff that they can lose. You end up, if you get a divorce, you most likely are gonna lose more than half your stuff. The minimum loss, the minimum damage is half your stuff. So let me play this video right here of Lila Rose. And she's going to list what she thinks is the number one reason of divorce in America. And she does the super tradcon thing that tradcons do. Let's take a listen.
Statistic I saw recently about divorce, and it was that 56% of divorces list pornography use of one of the partners as one of the top reasons. So like to Ruslan's point, there's a lot of harm that porn does to families, to marriages, and then the top site that trafficked victims are at, according to the data, is porn show sites, meaning you're going to find a lot of trafficking victims involved in pornography. Just looking at the net large impact on society, you see a lot of that negative impact that pornography has. There's a statistic I saw.
Now, of course, when it's time to actually hold the people in charge, why divorce is so prevalent. When it's time to actually hold women accountable for why we have a divorce grape culture in this country. Why it's so prevalent. She goes to, oh, it's the prawn industry. it's the prawn industry. Aerodynamics says Chronic explains this best. Men watch corn because women are so bad. I'm about to get to that point. So instead of bringing up, 80% of divorces are initiated by women, and they've now come up with more studies that women are cheating now more than men. Like, it's official. They showed it on the New York Times and everything, and they showed that 70% of women already have a backup man in place. 70%. All this stuff. You got all the laws that favor women in divorce court, family court, child support court. And you know what she thinks the number one reason of divorce is? The prawn industry. And what she did there was she went on the Whatever podcast, because mostly the women on the Whatever podcast are all OnlyFans adult stars. They call themselves OnlyFans stars, but they're adult film stars. So you're on this panel with adult film stars, and you're just trying to make yourself look better than those people because you're not in the corn industry. But really, it's the normie girls that are doing the most damage. And it's interesting. She brings up prawn, and I would actually argue the opposite. I believe prawn is saving most of these marriages in America. The reason why I say this is because if you look at the statistics on sexless marriages, it'll blow your mind. You'll be like, whoa. So men are just accepting this? You'll be like, what? You're like, there's no way men are just accepting it. I'm talking about, if once you see the percentages of sexless marriages in America, you're like, what? So I would actually argue prawn is saving most marriages in America, because at least if he's using the prawn, at least he's not cheating, even though that's not full proof. But there's plenty of men that they go on forums and they talk about, look, I haven't got none for my wife in like years, months, or whatever. And they said that I'm just staying for the kids. Right now, a man needs his release somewhere. He needs his release. Bottom line. Now, prawn helps for those guys. Trust me. When you look at it, ask any sex worker, ask any street worker, ask any OnlyFans stars, right? But particularly ask the street, who are their biggest customers? It's married men, because they're not getting none at home. So for them to say, for her to even say this and not even mention any of the stuff that I just mentioned, it's so disingenuous. And first of all, it's very pompous and self-righteous of her to try to make herself look good. Like these trad con artists, what they like to do, they like to go on the whatever, they like to specifically go on the Whatever podcast and shame whatever corn star is on the panel, but for me, that's just low grade. It's low grade, because any normie can look good on that podcast compared to women that have decided to sell their soul on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Just to make herself look good. But she's not going to list any of the real problems. None. She's going to do the typical things. You guys got to stop watching porn. You guys can't have an AI girlfriend and all this. Like you got like TradCon girls now making episodes on an AI girlfriend crisis and how this is I'm like, how is having an AI girlfriend a crisis for you as a woman when you're not gonna date those guys anyways, and you should be already well taken care of. But like Aerodynamics said, Undead Chronic has talked about this ad nauseum. They just cannot the attention. They don't want that attention leaving them. They don't, and Lila Rose got a lot of simp supporters herself, but they don't want those simp supporters to leave them. You know what I mean? It's interesting, man. It's interesting. You know what I mean? Let me look at the comments in this a little bit before we get to the main event. He said, easy solution. Adam looks like he's going through an internal battle. Dude couldn't look her straight in the eyes. A lot of defense of pornography in the comments. Pretty telling. Actually, they don't get it. They don't even realize. Like, prawn is actually saving a lot of these marriages in America right now. If you even the marriages that are not considered sexless, and they list the amount of times per month that they have intercourse with their partner, it'll shock men. If men knew these statistics going into marriage, I think most men would not get married. But these things, they don't cover them. They don't cover that church, because church does not hold any of these 304s accountable. I'm talking about at all. They don't hold none of them accountable. So that's very interesting on that end. So let's bring up the main event. All right. Let me hold on. Let me stop sharing real quick. Let me stop sharing. I don't want you to see my folders. I got so much folders up in here. Lila Rose, she's like the prime example of people think she's a good woman, but I don't know. I see past it. I see past it. You know what I mean? I see past all that. So the Christ pill. Now, what I want people to pay attention to. Oh man, they missing a lot of my posts in here. But anyways. So you're gonna see a lot of women with the shift, right? Because now the economy is kicking A, right? So now you're seeing this trend of, how do I say it? You're now seeing a trend of women saying, "Oh, I don't want to work anymore," right? If anybody's been paying attention, I don't want to work anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to be Miss Independent anymore. I want to just stay home and make cookies. And now, first of all, it's too late for all of that, because the economy is set where it's at. Now everywhere is basically like Connecticut now, where I live. Everywhere is like Connecticut now. Everybody got to work now. Both parents got to work now. Those days of when you see like those TradCon women making their Instagram pages of them baking cookies, being a stay-at-home mom while their husband is making like $500K a year. Man, that's just for aesthetics. Those days are gone. Everybody got to work now. But what's interesting is you're going to see women now return and act like, I'm ready to be a traditional conservative woman. And you're still, what people don't got to understand, you're still dealing with a demon, a feminist demon. You are dealing with a demonic being. And whatever woman you meet, Coach Greg Adams was talking about this the other day, or I watched him. He was talking about exercising I never heard him say this before though, but he said, he's talking about exercising the feminist demon. So if you really want to take a girl seriously, even though I wouldn't do that in America, but you have to exercise the feminist demon. You got to make sure she is not part of that. So whatever you have to do, you got to make sure you get the information you need from her, or see what she posts on Instagram just to see what you're dealing with. So here we have a video here. Let's take a listen. So here we're gonna have a girl here act like she has standards. All right. She's gonna act like she's not one of the bad ones. So let's take a listen right here.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
So here she says, when I see a boy with one of these, and she goes on to list all the characteristics that usually most girls go for. And so she's going to act like I don't look for guys like that. Now, anybody that has any type of experience, any type of experience, she's capping. She's capping, right? So she said, when I see a dude with a sky top, high top with any style, those are cap. That's cap. That's basically dudes with those are the only dudes I see that are kind of like that have women like that, especially when you're talking about the black community. These are the type of dudes that these girls go for.
Brother,
Now the whole ski mask thing, I can't hit rewind, but I'll say this: these ninjas with the ski masks, with the poo shiesty masks, they call them. These dudes had all the 304s, especially when you're talking about the year 2020, the year 2021. They had all the 304s, dog. All the 304s, man. I'm talking about they had all of them on lock.
what's that?
Dressing or acting like your hood, showing off. Now, she can say all that, but let's keep it honest. Those three archetypes that she showed you, those three archetypes are the people that literally get all the 304s in the hood. Now, unfortunately, this is where I feel bad for like the average black man. So what happens to the average black man? He'll be like, "Oh, I'm not that way. I'm whatever." But you're not 6 feet tall, right? Uh, right. So you're not this, and you're just a regular average dude. She's literally gonna be like, I'd rather the street ninja. When it comes down to it, or she's going to, if she chooses you, she's gonna cheat on you with one of those archetypes. So the archetypes that she's saying that she avoids, what she's really saying, those are the three archetypes that have broken my heart. Or you know what I mean? So the ones that and let's check her profile. Let's check her profile. Now, okay. This is how I know she a liar. 74,000 followers on Instagram. And look at the first three pinned pictures of her. This is a straggle. this is those are the three archetypes that she just showed. Those are the dudes that she likes. Now, here we have a picture what potentially could be her ninja. You see, and he looks like, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like he literally fits all the stereotypes that she said that she avoids. You cannot make this stuff up. This guy literally he's all of everything that she says she avoids. This is why I always say when women say things, oh, this ninja got a snake as a pet. Oh, here we go. You see? Oh Lord. Anyways, like I said, don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. I'd even look at her profile until now, and I'm like, this is exactly what I thought it would be. Oh man, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, here we go. Now aerodynamic. Now you're talking my language right here. Because I was trying to talk. I was trying to talk to AJ about this the other day on his stream. Hood. So aerodynamic brings up a great point here. He said, "Have you ever heard of hood maxing? Told my girl I was moving bricks, but I was actually at my 9 to 5." Now, if people don't know what hood maxing is, thug maxing. So the incels or people of the black pill community will talk about looks maxing, right? Extenuating your looks, having height surgery and all this stuff, fixing your face and make sure your face is angled a certain way, jawline and all that stuff. I say this. I'm not saying looks maxing doesn't work, but I'm saying what does work, unfortunately, hood maxing works. And I'm gonna give you a confessional real quick. In 2020, I was hood maxing. I'm not. Have you ever seen those videos of like the guys like laughing after they take off their Pooh Shiesty mask off? And basically they were lying to all the girls that they were with just to get with them. That's what I was doing in 2020. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was hood maxing and it works. I'm hood maxing works. And mind you, I'm 5'7". Hood maxing works. You get you some Timbs, get that Pooh Shiesty mask. Dude, hood maxing works. Hood maxing works. I don't know if I could show because I don't have. Oh, what's up, Pyro? What's up, bro? But man, hood maxing works. Let me get a little bit off script here. Let me see if I can search it up on YouTube. Hood maxing works, guys. I know people might. Let me see. They gotta have hood maxing funny. Hood maxing works, dog. Or what's it? Thug maxing. Thug maxing. Hood maxing. Oh man. Man. I don't know if they got. Let me see. Hood maxing results. I don't know if I can. If I bring up images, nothing crazy will pop up. But I'll say this: when we talk about thug maxing, right, or hood maxing, or whatever, I'm telling you this. I know guys that are clean cut. I'm talking about 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", all that. But they have problems with girls because they're clean cut individuals. They follow the law. They have a good job. I'm talking about good job too. Making some decent money. I'm talking about for beginners, and it's gonna increase with time. I'm talking about accountants and all that. But they have problems with dating. Now, anybody that understands or that's around the streets know that the people that be getting the most play out here be these street ninjas. Now, people gotta people need to. I'm not gonna get into it probably in this stream, but people gotta do the research. People gotta really realize who be getting those 3 or 4s out here. Really, just off GP, who gets the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is not just for black people. I'm talking about this for white people too, Hispanics. I'm telling you, the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? The tattoo artists, like like those dangerous looking dudes that you saw in high school, they were getting all the 304s. I think even more than the athletes, in my opinion, because it's really only certain athletes that was getting play like that. I'm talking about all those alleged drug dealers, and a lot of those guys, they weren't even really drug dealers; they were peddlers at best. But because they had weed, just because they had weed, they're able to get girls. This is why I say if she smokes weed, homie, I'm sorry, but don't be surprised if she got a body count in the triple digits. All you need is weed, bro. People keep talking about you just need game. You need bro. All you guys, I'm telling you guys right now, all you need is weed, bro. Or just say, oh, just come over, man. I be smoking too, man. Dude, it's so guys. people overcomplicate these things. Do you know how many? Because what's happening to me now is I'm at that age now where girls are now, or I'm at the point of life where, because high school it was different, but basically from ever since 18, 19 years old and beyond, but especially 21 years old and beyond, when you start when I start going out more, I start getting more of this. Oh yeah, me and my boyfriend broke up. Instead of, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend are doing. So I'm at that age now where it's like, now it's, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend broke up. And that's really your opportunity right there to be like they're not gonna just tell you, a girl's just not gonna tell you, she's not gonna make it straightforward for you. You just gotta have to pick up on it. Because now I'm at that spot where it's like, oh yeah, me and my boyfriend broke up. Oh yeah, we just broke, or I'm at the club. Oh, well, yeah, we have a complicated thing. We just That's really your opportunity right there, right? Oh yeah, I be smoking sometimes. So what I do now, because I'm really often in these awkward situations, because this be what the problem is. This happens when I'll be at work, when women will pull these games like that, right? Or meaning when I'm working, I'm not just talking about my day job. I'm talking about also when I'm doing music, right? When I'm at these bars, like when I'm at the bars, or I'm at certain venues, and they tell me, "Oh yeah, me and my boyfriend broke up." I'm really not trying to look for women at that time. I'm just trying to concentrate. You know what I'm saying? But this is where the BS starts. Just recently, this happened. I'm talking about literally a couple nights ago. Um, hopefully none of those people, but band I'm in, or that I used to play in sometimes. I'm not really part of that band anymore, but I play in that band a little bit. Girl recently joined. All of a sudden, she's tipsy, whatever. At the end of the night, a little bit. Oh man, yeah, we broke up. She keeps telling me, oh yeah, we broke up. But her eyes is telling me, what you finna do about it? And I'm just like, nothing. I'm like, nothing. I ain't finna do nothing for you. Because it's not just, people just think is, oh, but it's gonna be an easy lay. No, people don't understand that, because after you lay for free, I put that in quotation marks, then is, hey, you want to give me a ride somewhere? Oh, you want to smoke? Because then she starts talking about, oh yeah, I be smoking. Now that's my opportunity right there. Now, if I was a weed person, I mind you, I don't smoke weed or drink or anything. If I was a weed person, that's easy money right there. Easy money. All I got to do is, hey, pull up. I got some hash. I'm straight. And that's literally how a lot of these dudes get laid out here. I'm just telling you that. It's just, they have a weed, they got a spot to kick it at. They might get some thirsty homies to join in on it, on some weirdo ish. This happens as young as 11, 12 years old, and as old as whatever. I'm sorry to say, this is how it works out here. This is how it works out here, man. Shout out to Trevor, man, with the $10 super chat. And I remember Trevor says this many of times, but these are facts. He says, when I stopped being nice, I got all the girls. Now, what I do, and unfortunately, Trevor's right. I'm sorry to tell you guys, this is what the trad cons miss. they be like, it'll be traditional conservative dudes like, I'm waiting for the right one. I have a zero body count. I'm waiting for my zero body count girl. I'm like, what world are you living in, dog? They're just gonna lie to you and just say that they these 304s gonna play you like a fiddle out here if you out here listening to Jordan Peterson and these people. But same here, as I stop being nice when I'm not nice, and I don't like, and I don't like doing that. Like, I want to be myself. I don't want to be doing stuff that I'm not comfortable with. And I'm not a conservative. I like things. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but I'm good with vanilla sex. I don't ask you to do a whole lot in the bedroom. But what happens is when I'm in that position, you should hear the stuff that girls ask me to do, bro. And I'm just like, I don't feel like choking you. I'm sorry. Let me just get my pumps in. Let me get my strokes in. You know what I mean? Just whatever, doggy, missionary, maybe some reverse cowgirl if you want. You could ride me a little bit, but you can warm me up if you know what I mean. You could do that. That's all I need, really. But the stuff I'm talking about, anybody that has experience with women, especially if you're dealing with today's woman, they're asking you to do crazy stuff. Do you know how many girls that have asked me, I want you to spit in my mouth? Now, this is something I didn't know this was a thing. When I was a junior in high school, I started following this girl on Instagram. Her name was Bink304. I showed her Instagram profile before, and she would put the quotes that she'd be telling her hood ninja that she'd be messing with. And I'm like, you be telling ninjas to do that to you? And she's like, I thought it was a thing. I was like, I've never heard this before, but it was interesting ever since that encounter. I'm talking about post 2017. Anytime I've been intimate with a girl, they be always asking me, "Oh, I want you to spit in my mouth and all this stuff. I want you to choke me. I want you to flip me. I want you to do all." I'm like, whoa, 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 every time, every time, But that's what they like. That's what they like. Oh man, but yeah, Chris, Pyro, I'm straight. It's been a minute, man, because I was supposed to do it last night, but I was supposed to do this stream last night, but I was not responsible with my time. I was out of town. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Trevor speaking facts. Like what happens is with those girls, I don't know why, but I remember two specific girls that I was with. They had ticked me off before I came over, but they did the most for me. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I remember one of them was like, "Can you just please take me to the store?" I'm like, "No," because she tried to trick me into taking her before, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick up something. Where you at right now?" I pulled up with one of those things. He said, "Oh, you didn't go to the store?" I'm like, nah, I didn't have time. I ain't have time." He said, "Oh, okay, after we done, can we go?" And I was just like, "No." She tries to pull again. I was like, "Look, I said no." But it was just like she was just so insistent on, "Oh man, I want you to man, I'm not, dude, I'm in a dangerous neighborhood when I'm doing this." This was, I think, 2 years ago or last year. I think this was last year. I was like, "Look, I'm not trying to bring you walk you to the store. I'm sorry, you just gonna have to deal with those ninjas by yourself. I ain't going there." But man, she was like, "Oh, you so mean." All that bull BS, whatever. But she was turned on by it. I can tell she was turned on by it, but she really ticked me off. Now, mind you, I didn't call her again because I don't like that where a girl can just push my buttons like that. And then all of a sudden I get myself in trouble because I'm not acting like myself. No, 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 no. If you are a habitual line stepper like that, and if you are a girl, I'm just gonna stay away from you because there's no win for it in me, win for it for me if I respond in kind. Where basically I'm the Incredible Hulk, but you're Scarlett Johansson. No, 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 we're not playing these ghetto games like that. You know what I mean? And then another girl that I knew, she was turned on by my temper, but I had to cut that off. And also, she was a single mom too. But another girl, I had to cut that off. You can't have it where somebody's just pushing your buttons just to get a certain response. and then just no, no, no. We can't have that. We cannot have that in 2024. See, even Jordan knows the game. Yeah, and that's the thing. Trevor says they're just not used to anybody saying no to them. Facts. This is why even then, I always tell dudes, just tell women the truth. That's what I do. Even though I wouldn't recommend it for all, but I just tell women the truth, dog. And you'll be surprised. You'll tell a woman a simple thing, just a simple thing, right? And then she'll be like, "Man, nobody told me this before." And she'll be like 35 years old, and I'm like, "Nobody told her this." You'd be like, "What?" This just people just be lying. People just be lying, and unfortunately, the people that rely on game to get women and all this stuff, these people end up doing the most damage because these people just be lying to these girls. All right, right here. Let me see. Enter the Christ pill anymore. Right here. This is how a lot of dudes are gonna get tricked. I've shown this
I don't
video
go out.
before. I've shown this video before, but this is how a lot of people are gonna get tricked. It's gonna be a lot of girls. You're gonna see, I'm talking about at a young age too. And you're gonna be like, oh man, she's a homebody. She's 23 years old, 22 years old. But people don't understand. Girls start sexually way younger than men. I've been trying to tell people this for years now. But the problem is when men start talking about stuff like this, they consider you a creep or a weirdo. So people just kind of avoid the topic altogether, particularly men. But what people don't understand is you got girls like that I'm showing you right here. She's saying it in her caption. She said, "Me telling everyone I'm a homebody, knowing it's because I was 14 living life as a 21-year-old." So this means she's been given hood ninja's neck as a 14-year-old. And she's been so tapped out by the streets. Like by the time she's 20, by the time she's in her early 20s, she's already tapped out. She's already lived several lifetimes. She's already tapped out by the streets by 21. And people in church are going to fall for it. These are the women that Matt Walsh, Steve Crowder, and Ben Shapiro wants us to wife up. Women like this.
Out a lot. Like I don't go to parties a lot or whatever. That's just because like I don't really like want to. I be tired. I don't go out a lot. Like I don't go to parties a lot or whatever. That's just because like I don't really like want to. I be tired.
And now this is a glammed up BBL, type girl, you know what I mean? This is a manufactured girl, but the TradCon girls, what's gonna happen? They're not gonna look like that. You're gonna think she's innocent. Like her, it's obvious that she's lying, but well, not lying, but she's omitting truth. But you could tell she's been in the streets before. So for her, it's obvious, right? But there's gonna be TradCon girls or so-called TradCon girls. You guys a lot of men are gonna fall for it, dog. They're not gonna see it. They're not gonna see it coming, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, sexually inexperienced men, and like I said, a third of men are virgins from ages 18 to 30. So you have a lot of sexually inexperienced men out there. Like a lot. Like the majority of men are sexually inexperienced, and a lot of them are going to fall for that. They're not gonna know that, oh, because she's a homebody at age 21, you're gonna think she's a tradcon, but really is because she was living like a damn juvenile when she was like 13, 12, 11, believe it or not. 13 years old, right? You know what I mean? So these are the things that we must be careful of. I don't want to go into it that much because I already went over. Let's see here. Oh, right here, right here. So right here, this is what I want you to pay attention to. Hold on for a sec. I see a couple. You got to go with their feelings like Joker. Oh man. Let me see. Why people say California, Mike, can you well, California. I haven't heard anybody say it like that, but anybody that knows what California is about, like California is particularly when you're talking about, LA County, right? These things, even if you're talking about Sacramento, even if you're talking about Newport Beach, you're talking about sorry, Orange County, even these spots, SoCal, uh, even North Cal, that is a godless state. California is a godless state. So a lot of the dudes that you see, if they do end up with a woman, what ends up happening is in these rich cities in California, a lot of swinging happens. It's a lot of swinging culture in California, right? In the especially in these rich suburbs areas in these spots. So that's what ends up happening because you're literally gonna take on a girl in California that literally belongs to the game, meaning she is not loyal to men. Like a woman from California that's loyal, please, that's not gonna happen. So if you end up cuffing one that's from California, expect to be cucked in some shape of or form. You're gonna be cheated on, or she's gonna ask to have an open relationship if she's from California. Like that's like if she's from California, that's a red flag in and of itself. I don't care what part of California. Just if she's from California, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. So I never heard anybody say California. I've never, but California, man, or if you're talking about, say, not really the whole state of Georgia, but Atlanta specifically, Atlanta, please. Like those places, though, that's Sodom and Gomorrah. Like Atlanta's, I said this before, Atlanta's Looney Tune land. You got all these, like, particularly these female-led podcasts when they're talking about what men are or what men do to them, but their reference point is Atlanta. It's like, bruh, like Cindy Noir. I'm sorry to call her out. I'm sorry to call out Cindy Noir out, but she's from ATL, and she's talking about what men be doing these dastardly things. I'm like, but you're from Atlanta. You're from Atlanta. Atlanta it's that's not, if your reference point of what men are is, oh, I'm from Atlanta. I mean, what can you really say to anybody? That's a godforsaken city, dog. So, I'm sorry. That's bro. God is not there, bro. And ironically, there's a lot of churches in Atlanta, but that God is not there. Neither in California, in the state of California either, but God is definitely not in Atlanta. Please. That place, that man, Atlanta is Looney Tune land. Oh man. Anyway, so let's see this video right here. So what I've been seeing as a trend on Instagram, you got like these Instagram Christians, right? These Instagram female pastors, right? So here you have a female pastor, right, making this clip, basically trying to say that divorce is okay, right? Sorry, I'm reading Pyro's comment. I don't get what he's saying. Can I drop a like of who said it? What do you mean? But anyways, here you have a female pastor basically trying to glorify divorce. So look at the caption, look at the video. I shouldn't have to be the. So I'm not gonna play the video because I'll play the sound of the video because of copyright. So here you have so I did the research on this girl. Apparently she is a female pastor. So she says, POV, you're the Christian female in the divorce. So here She says, and yet, if you don't just make a decision to be bigger for you, you'll be paddling in the sand with oars going nowhere. It has been overwhelming, the stories of Christian women I hear every day going through divorce or have been through it. So many of them echo my own, while others I can't relate to at all. One thing is sure, we are expected to smile and keep our demure posture of worship no matter what. Well, me, I'm not willing or able to be fake. I am willing to move forward, though. I found this new journey to be filled with so many broken women and more. So this is just feminist rhetoric. I'm not reading all that shit. Because it's not. You've seen me read paragraphs longer than this, but I'm speed reading through this, and I'm tired. And people wonder why. Like, hold on, do I need to bring up? This is the problem. This is the problem with particularly Christian males, these so-called conservatives. Why are you not calling out these female pastors? There's not even supposed to be female pastors according to the Bible. Hold on, let me bring up the verse real quick, because I got this saved in my wallet. I got this verse saved in my wallet right here. I got this verse saved right here. 1 Corinthians 14, 34 to 35. Let me bring up let me go Pastor Chris real quick. Let me go Pastor Chris on you real quick. Pastor Chris, Pastor Mike right here. Let me search up 1 Corinthians 14 verses 34 to 35. Let me show you something real quick. Because all these, so why they always talking about what men need to do, but then you got like female pastors out here spreading nonsense, and meanwhile they're not even supposed to be female pastors according to the Bible. Right here. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second, man. What is this in the version? So right here, I'm gonna share you this verse right here. 1 Corinthians 14 verses 34 to 35. I got these verses saved in my wallet, mind you. I got this verse in my wallet. Here it says, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. Now, there's another verse I got in my wallet right here. These verses, they will never bring these verses up. They will never bring these verses up. They will never bring. Let me search up another one real quick. 1 Timothy 2 verses 11 through 15. I got some verses for y'all, man. Where it's very clear they don't want women to preach in the Bible. This is like I said, I'm not a Christian, but this is the book that they supposedly stand on, right? You know, these are the supposed Christian women that be trying to tell tell dudes what a real man is, but they really shouldn't. They're not even supposed to be talking. right here. 1 Timothy 2 verses 11 through 15. A woman should learn in quietness, in full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. For Adam was formed first, then Eve, and Adam was not the one deceived. It was the woman who was deceived and became a sinner. But women will be saved through childbearing if they continue in faith, love, and holiness with propriety. Look, this is not from me. This is from their Bible. This is from their Bible. This is the Bible that they stand on. But they don't ever want to bring these verses up. They don't ever want to bring these verses up. Now you got you got female pastors now pushing their feminist stuff. and let's keep it real. They're not leaving because of cheating. No, that's cap. I want you guys to write these verses down. We got 1 Corinthians 14 verses 34 to 35, and then and let me give you 1 Timothy 2 verses 11 through 15. Hold on for a sec. So Ronell Macklin Jr. said that's speaking on old laws, and I know you can say that, but even then, I know what you're trying to say. But this is in the New Testament too, because because I'm that would be probably the first thing somebody said. Oh, that's probably Old Testament. This is in the New Testament. This is in the New Testament because it'll be like you'll show a verse, and I'm not talking about. I know what you're trying to say. I know you're saying this is a old fashioned way to preach. I know what you're trying to say, but I mean like what other dudes are sorry, what other girls will say. You'll bring a girl a verse like this, and she will just be like, but they didn't mean it like that. Or they'll be like, but that was in the Old Testament. Nope. It's in the New Testament. Both of these passages are in the New Testament. Both of these passages are in the New Testament. Or you could just bring up just what they call it, Proverbs 31, right? But I like these verses because it's very straightforward. I got these verses in my wallet, mind you. These verses are in my wallet and in my phone. That's my ultimate trump card right there. I'd be like, I'll be bringing that up, like the Yu-Gi-Oh scene, when he faces that trainer. I forgot, Kaida, I think that's his name. Somebody, and he has the blue eyes dragon. I'll be bringing up these verses like it's Exodia. Exodia, obliterate. 1 Corinthians 14 verses 34. I mean, right. 14 verses 34 to 35. Pastor Chris Jennings here. Yo. But like I said, here you got a female pastor here saying that divorce is okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. But no men, because there's no real men at the church. All the real men are gone from church. It's just homosexuals at church. Those are the only men left at the church are the homosexuals, the pastor, and the musicians that are not really from the church. They're just doing it. They're just doing their job. And what's interesting, those will be the only dudes that the woman be aiming for at the church is the music director, one of the musicians, right? The choir director, or one of the pastor or the pastor's sons. These are the people that most of the single women at the church be gunning for anyway. So that's the ironic thing about it. Man, how much did she write? Yeah, this is a feminist, bro. Man, we got to find out where her church is. And look, and people keep talking about cheating too. And what? Look, man, if you wasn't, homie, if you wasn't sleeping with your husband regularly, it's not cheating. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not cheating. If you're not doing your job, because that's your job. That's your job. You had no problem doing it in college, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I saw y'all 304s in college. Y'all had no problems bouncing around on the basketball teams, football teams, the frat brothers. You had no the hockey team. Y'all had no problem doing that. So if you not sleep, I'm talking about, like, there was a spreadsheet that went viral where a guy kept a spreadsheet of all the times his wife turned him down for sex. So like, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, bro, if she cheats, I mean, if he looks for somebody else outside for sex, that's not cheating. That's not cheating because she's clearly not doing her job. You're not doing your job. So it's not that. And most of the time it's not like they just, let's keep it real. A lot of these ladies, they leave because they're bored, or they think they got a guy, they got a high value, a guy with a lot of money in her ear, or a guy with status in her ear telling her everything that she wants to hear, and she's trying to monkey branch. Or she thinks that, because she is a pastor, apparently. So I'm just going to assume her husband is not a pastor, or her ex-husband is not a pastor. So she probably thought, oh, I outgrew him. You know what I mean? You got female pastors now. Acting like she's like, yeah, divorce is cool. Forget about the kids. Fuck the kids. Well, but shout out to the people in the comment section. I see woman and man calling her out, saying, what are you talking about? So it is what it is. Let's look at these comments. Mgtow, that Sato Kaiba, that was his name. That had the blue eyes dragon. That's one of my favorite anime scenes of all time. The English dub version had me laughing. But yeah, Ronald, I knew exactly what you mean. That's just old fashioned stuff. They dudes are not, they're not gonna bring this ish up at church, please. With that big crew of the single mommies ministry at the pastor's neck, please. Please. He said they bow down to the basketball players. But dude, I've been on college campus, bro. I'm sorry, I've seen too much. I'm talking about I went to a small college too, and I saw the nonsense, and I'm just like, bro, if this is happening, I'm talking about I went to a small college, though, like people like everybody knows each other. So now imagine she's going to like just even a bit. It wasn't even it was a small state college I went to. So now imagine a decent sized state college, let alone say like a University of Alabama, University of Florida, Florida State University, Arizona. Forget UConn. Because I already like I took a trip to UConn when I was WestCon for like a recruiting trip with the team, bro. Man, I'm sorry. I always say this. She went to college. She smokes weed. She's not for me. I'm sorry. The Church of City Girl Power. The Church of City Girl Power. Yo, you might as well list it like that. They going to Pound Town in church. You activated my trap card. Yo. But man, look, man. Like this is why, man, these female pastors, they be going wild. Like I be seeing these clips of these female pastors. They be doing crazy stuff, saying crazy. I'm like, so they just gonna allow this? Wow. Anyway, but like I said, most men are simps. They're not gonna call women out if they step out. They're not gonna do it. They're just not brave enough to do it. You know, it's just, dude, man, homie. I'll tell you how bad it is out here. Remember, you know how like the porn star, right? The prawn star, Mia Khalifa, right? So you know how she's been going around saying that she got tricked into doing porn, or maybe like she didn't get like the money that she was supposed to get, like she was lying about that, and they've already proved it. I'm talking about, it was a dude I went on a show with, and this is a person I respect, and he was like, "Oh yeah, but didn't Mia Khalifa, she didn't get paid for her thing?" I was like, "No, she lied about that. You didn't know about this?" He said, "Oh no, that's what she said." Bruh. Because women, what women do is, because they know eventually somebody's gonna fall for their story, so they're just gonna keep repeating it, repeating it, repeating it until you're just so beaten down, and you're just like, you know what, whatever. Let me join your tea party. You know, they do this as kids. they're not gonna leave you alone until you join their make believe tea party. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Let me check out her page though, because I found out she was a pastor. I was like, oh my God. Oh, looks like she a scam artist. Oh, this is her without the makeup. Yikes. Oh man, she looking crazy. But I'll say this. Let me keep it a buck with you. Let me keep it a buck with you guys. I've caught work. I used to be on my way to play music at churches like this, for like, I'm talking about for the regular, and I still get offers to play at churches like this all the time. It's great production. You know what I mean? nice pay, especially when you're talking about contemporary Christian music. It's good pay, way better than way better pay than the black churches, right? The Baptist churches, right? But I still get offers here and there. Hey, you want to play over here? I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. You know what I mean? But it's a I will say this. Let me tell you how I work. This is because I don't blame the pastors for hustling the lames. I mean the people. I don't blame the pastors for hustling. Let me tell you this, man. When I go to church, when it comes to church, this is my opinion on church, right? I respect the pastors. I respect the musicians. I respect the the people on the deacon board, whoever's on the board, the treasury. Now, the reason why I respect these three positions in church is because they're the only ones making the money in the church. I mean, you cannot tell me, bro, if you in church for umpteenth years and you're just going there and you not part of if you're not making no money off this hustle, man. I mean, bro, what you doing? I don't know how people cannot see how church is not a hustle, but that's well, it's not. It's a part of this discussion, the TradCon discussion, but it's especially I done met these young pastors, bro, when they were growing up. I done met these people. Like it's if people knew, people would be like, man, I ain't supporting this. I ain't putting my money on this. I do like a couple of pastors though. I do like what's his name? Corey I don't know. Is his name Geno Jennings? Yeah, I like Pastor Geno Jennings. I like Jesse Lee Peterson's church. I like him. I like his church. Who else? Pastor David Manning. He was one of my favorites. I like those guys. those guys I like them. Yeah, but man, church is a hustle, dog. Yeah, man. Yeah, she a straight hustler, dog. She a straight hustler.
That's costing your peace, what is taking your rest. Go back to the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want.
Oh man. Like I said, I could easily join in on this hustle, guys. Like I can you might some people have caught me at certain gigs, bro. I'm gonna just let you know right now. He might end up joining my panel one day too. You never know. I just talked about this with him yesterday. There have been people that have caught me out. They were like, "Oh, you doing a gig here?" But don't and I'd be like, hey, man, hey, this is Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club at church here. Oh man. Pyro said I like swallowed up. Oh man, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. The swallowed up clip by TD Jakes. TD Fakes. I don't want to say his name on here. By TD Fakes. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed. He said, I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? I would have been. Man, that is one of the funniest things I've seen in my life. I'm talking about in my life. I don't know. He should have not had that clip. Hey, yo, man. Hey, oh, man. First of all, when he did that response video, the response video to the allegations, that was hilarious. That was the gayest response I ever seen in my life. He was like, I'm not gonna address a lie when I can tell the truth. And girl, I'm telling you. I was like, this nigga look gay as hell, dog. This nigga, I'm like, this dude, that was the gayest I ever seen TD Jakes look. And mind you, I think TD Fakes, I think he's a gifted speaker. I think he is a great speaker. I mean, like he's really a great speaker, like a great speaker. You know what I mean? Great motivational speaker, all of that. Great businessman, all of that. Yo, for real. I'm sorry. When I saw that, he's like, I'm not gonna address a lie when I can tell the truth. I was like, this nigga guilty, dog. Then nigga at the end, he was like, in the gospel of St. Matthew. This dude ended up almost crying at the end of the speech, man. I was like, this man, he's been swallowed up. He's been swallowed up for real. No joke. No joke. This is the clownery that we have. But I say I don't want TD Fakes to lose his clout because I respect his hustle, man. He hustling out here, man. You gotta make that paper. Gotta make that paper. Plus, I know I follow a lot of the musicians that be working at the Potter House. They do some good music, they do some good work. I don't want them to lose their job. Yo, the musicians, dude, we like it's a small circuit. You know what I'm saying? Some at a certain spot. We know, like, you know what I mean? Or you'll bump into a musician that knows a musician, and then you'll follow them on Instagram, like, man, they do some great work. Those musicians be nice. You'd be like, man, these musicians are awesome. Awesome. Like the best. Yeah, like me, I have no hate towards TD Fakes. I have no hate. I have no hate. I have no hate. Like I promise you, on everything I know, I got no hate toward TD Fakes. No hate. I think he is a great speaker. I think he's a great public speaker, and he's a great hustler. He's a great at what he's great. I'm talking about he's great at what he does. But he's been swallowed up. Oh man, yeah, he's been swallowed up. Let me see. We got another video that we can go over because I got a couple more, and I got a few more on Twitter that I really wanted to show you. Let me see. Nope, no. This we can save that for another time.
I'm based in New York, but I have my hinge set to the Midwest.
Here we go. I like this one. This right here. So what people don't understand is going to be a lot of people talk about we got a migrant crisis in New York, but what we're going to have a 304 migrant crisis. Meaning you got girls that have been piped out by every dude with paper in their city, and they're not trying to date no regular dude, so they end up moving from city to city, from coast to coast. Nah. But they end up moving from town to town looking for Chad to save them. And what they're going to end up doing is they're going to try to look for farmers. This is their plan, mind you. Just take a listen. Just take a listen.
But I have my hinge set to the Midwest because I am over the dating pool here, okay? I've exited the chat. I checked out a long time ago. I set my hinge to a town where the population is like 800 people. And let me tell you, it's the best thing I've ever done for my dating life. Like, stop trying to date the finance bro. You want to date a farmer. You want the kind of guy that can drive a tractor, milk a cow in 5 seconds, and will kill a bear for you with his bare hands. Stop wasting your youth talking to the balding guy who works at Morgan Stanley. Start dating Stu who works at the ranch and get your ring within 6 months of dating him, okay? We are playing No More Games 2024. I'm based in New York, but I have
modern day scam artist. Yeah, shout out to Trevor right here. He said TD's on the grind like everyone else. That's how I look at him. He's on the grind. What am I to look at a Negro preacher, right? And just be like, oh man, you can't hustle out here. Man, you gotta hustle. This is the you know what I mean? Another black man out here trying to do what he can. Man, it's hard out here for ninjas, man. but he's good at what he does. He's a motivational speaker, does what he do. Oh yeah, I remember somebody was mad at me when I said, because I was sticking up for R. Kelly, and I was like, this is a Negro R&B star from Chicago, and he was mad. I said Negro R&B star. I was like, the point I'm trying to make it is like, black men get it like the worst in terms of we have to like a lot, especially a lot of black men have to literally start from nothing. Even if they have a family, you're still starting from nothing because they think you're starting from nothing off GP. So I can't knock the hustle, especially like I don't think TD Fakes. I don't he ain't. I don't think he violated a man. He didn't do that. I'm very sure of that. According to the reports, he was the one that was getting bent over. He wasn't doing the bending. He was getting bent over, according to the reports. So anyway, let's go back to this video. You hear how this girl is talking, right? This is a scam artist. She is a scam artist because she sets her dating stuff at at these rural places, and they're gonna think she's a queen, but she's really got passed around like homework by the finance bros, right? And now she's bitter off that. She's like, nah, I want a trad dude that's gonna take care of me. He treat me like the queen that I am. You know how those white girls be like. Oh man. Yeah, she said she should ring in 6 months. Yeah, like 304s, they be impatient. This is how you know they on the scam too. Because it's a lot of women like now teaching women like, oh, if he don't give you a ring in under a year, he's taking advantage of you. Like that's what they're teaching them now. That's what they're teaching them now. So this is how you know you're dealing with a female scam artist if she's literally pushing for you to put that ring on her, or all of a sudden, oh, this wedding dress will look nice on me. You know how women do stuff like that, and you're just like, that's really the red flag right there for you to run. But as long as she's giving up the punani, he's like, well, might as well keep her around. That's how it be. But let's analyze this video one more time here.
Have my hinge set to the Midwest because I am over the dating pool here, okay? I've exited the chat.
And mind you, this is the New York dating pool. The New York dating pool is the wild, wild west. Straight up. You know what I mean? And she's going to bring up something about the finance bro.
I checked out a long time ago. I set my hinge to a town where the population is like 800 people. And let me tell you, it's the best thing I've ever done for my dating life.
Yeah, so she's talking about somewhere from probably upstate New York or somewhere in Connecticut. She taking a train ride. It's a train ride away.
Stop trying to date the finance bro. You want to.
So the reason why she says stop dating the finance bros is because what happens with the finance bros have options. And not only do they have options in the dating pool, they have options in the what I would call the underground world, meaning a lot of finance bros, they deal with escorts on the regular. So if you're going on a date with a finance bro, that whole thing about keeping the punani hostage, that's not going to work on them. If you don't impress these people, like it's to really impress a finance bro, you really got to be coming with something, especially in today's age. I saw a video of a girl. She video recorded herself, her dating a finance bro, a quote unquote finance bro from New York, and he basically broke her down like she was nothing. He was like, "Oh, so you model, right? So, what do you work with? You model for Vogue?" So, well, she was like, "Well, I'm just a model." Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, you're not a model. What else do you do?" And she had nothing to say. She was like, "Yeah, you're not impressive. It was nice talking to you. Oh yeah, I got the bill, but yeah, you can just get out of here." It's I'm talking, especially today's finance bros. They not even, especially now because a lot of them deal with escorts. So you got to come up with something else. You got to come up with something else to impress these finance bros. And what happens? They go to those finance bros and they get humbled real quick. right? These people on the other that work on the stock market exchange, people that work in those big sectors in New York. Like I done met some of these people. Some of these dudes be making paper, dog. I'm talking about like, wow. I'm like this. I'm talking about real paper. Some of them, they don't even live in New York. They live in like Westport. They live in Norwalk. They live in Stamford, and then they take the train, bro. They live in Greenwich, right? I'm talking about towns in Connecticut, right? You know, or if they live, especially if they live in New York City, they live in a high rise in New York City. That means these people. That means he or she is making paper because those spots are way too expensive. So what happens is you got those girls that think they're a 10 or they think they're the prize, and they meet a finance bro, and those finance bros be humbling them, straight up humbling them. And then they're like, I'm tired of this dating market pool. It happened to a girl I knew recently. She was dating a finance bro, and he was a nice dude, but it's just like he told her like, you got to quit this music stuff. Anyway, let me not. I'm speaking too much. She might be watching. She might be watching. I got people I do music with. They be watching my shows sometimes. I'd be like, oh shoot. Anyway, that's what happens with those finance bros. Just to let you know. So when they say, "Oh, finance bros are jerks," it's not that they're jerks. They have nothing to offer. Most women have nothing to offer in today's dating marketplace. And when they meet a finance bro, they get put in their place real quick. That look, I don't got nothing to offer this guy. I can't even put sex on the table like that.
Date a farmer. You want the kind of guy that can drive a tractor, milk a cow in 5 seconds, and will kill a bear for you with his bare hands. Stop wasting your youth talking to the balding guy who works at Morgan Stanley. Start.
So this is why. So right here, this is to me, this is predatory behavior, in my opinion. Oh, so none of the people in New York are buying my stuff. Let me set my dating profile now to Albuquerque, right? Or somewhere upstate New York in a rural area. Like this is like to me, people talk about predators. This is predatory behavior because you got a dude out there that doesn't really know where you're coming from. He can't really do the whole facts on you, the 304 facts on you, the car facts on you, because you out from another planet, basically from where he's from, and he doesn't know. You know what I mean? What you're doing now. If she's really setting her dating profile to the Midwest, like actual Midwest, she's just being fed a dream. You know what I mean? And what people don't understand is even if you're a woman on the working on a farm, like you live on a farm with a guy, you got to do work too. This is what people don't. This is what these ladies don't understand, and this is where guys are going to fall for the trap, because what today's women, they think that being a stay-at-home mom is just making cookies and fixing the bed and just laying around doing nothing while the man makes all the money, and then she just stays home and she makes some cookies. That's what they think that being a stay-at-home mom is. Like the modern 304s growing up, they have no idea. Like you got to still do work. Like I saw a stat where they show like if you are a stay-at-home mom, you do more work than a single woman. And I believe that, because you still got to clean the house, you still got to take care of the house, you got to make sure, if you got kids, you got to make sure the kids are ready, you got to keep track if they got field trips, if they got sports, if they got music practice, right? If they got extracurricular activities, you got to make sure you're on the PTA board. All that, it's still work. You still got to work. Modern 304s, they just want to have money come to them without them working, and then have a guy on top of that that pays for most of the bills while she gets to keep all her money. That's the plan for most of these 304s out here. And she gets to just stay home. Man. He said city folks just don't get it. Yeah, they don't understand how like life on a farm or these spots work. I'm talking about, it's the husband, the wife, the kids, everybody's working on the fields. Everybody, it's all hands on deck. This is why, man, like this, man. This is why I hope that men in the country, hopefully they see this coming, because these city girls, they just think they're just gonna stay at home and do nothing while he does it. What world does she live in? Yeah, the city folks, they don't get it. They don't. Now, I'll say this in my case, because my parents are from Haiti, right? So they've always talked ad nauseum on what their parents had to do, what they had to do, right? So I already had an idea, right? Or then on top of that, I went to school in the suburbs, and they used to even talk ad nauseum. Basically, when you're on a farm or you're in these places, it's all hands on deck. Everybody's got to put their hands to the soil. Everybody, including the kids, especially if you have a really big property, right? And you got the animals you got to take care of, right? You got the cows, the chickens, right? You got the or if you got some horses, right, in your stable, you like, I saw something like, you got to make sure that their hooves are cut. You got to, bruh, it's work. You got to work. It's all hands on deck if you're living in these certain spots, especially if you have a farm. Especially if you have a farm, they don't get it, man. Shout out to you, Garrett. Oh yeah, clean the kid, like, or say if you're just a regular stay at home mom, for the average Joe, you gotta clean. You gotta make sure that the spot is clean. You still gotta work. It's just that you're not working for a boss. You're just working for the family. You know what I mean? They think being a stay out, because what they see on Instagram, those stay at home moms, but they already have a nanny. So all she gets to do while the man is making like 500K, 300K a year, and they have a nanny, all she literally could do whatever she wants to do. So you'll see them making videos of her making cookies and ingredients and whatever for fun, because they already have a nanny that's already doing most of the work anyways. So they look at those videos on Instagram, and then they're just like, I want that. I deserve to be treated like a queen. Oh man, buy groceries, man. People man. They think it's easy. He said, Ronald said, I almost fell for it. Some girls from Texas. Yo, you better, it's coming. Anybody that lives in the suburbs or they live in the country, be careful. Those city girls, they because a lot, especially, or you got these girls that were born in towns and then they go to the city and they think they finna kill shit. The city's gonna humbles a lot of people. Humbles a lot of people, man. He said some girl from Texas. Oh, Angel, what's up, bro? What's up, man? He said they'll be the only man will have robot girlfriends and artificial wombs. Women's vote will go down. Look, if the AI girlfriend thing comes through, bro, it's gonna be a lot of 304s in trouble. And that's sad. That's sad. I'll say this. Man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I can't wait till those come out. You know what? I just want to see what happens to the landscape. I want to see what happens to the dating market. Like, people say, "Oh, how do we fix the dating market?" It's easy. For me, it's easy. I say this: number one, just legalize prostitution, and then number two, mandatory paternity tests. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Like, now, in my bonus would be eliminate. I'd say to just fix the dating landscape. All you got to do is eliminate child support. Just eliminate child support. And that would just fix it. But you already know that's not going to happen. But I'll say this: all I got to do is this. All you got to forget everything. Just have mandatory paternity tests for every baby that comes out. That would fix all the problem. Because you'll be surprised. I bring up paternity tests, right? I'll bring this up with and most women will they lose their shit when it comes to this mandatory paternity test. They don't want that, dog. And that just shows you everything you need to know. Like, I'm talking about the excuses they come up with. It scares me because I'm like, it scares me. It scares me, man. Because I'm literally like, oh man. Yo, let me play this video one more time.
Dating Stu, who works at the ranch, and get your ring within 6 months of dating him, okay? We are playing No More Games 2024. I'm based in New York, but I have my hinge set to the Midwest because I am over the dating pool here, okay? I've exited the chat. I checked out a long time ago. I set my hinge to a town where the population is like 800 people. And let me tell you, it's the best thing I've ever done for my dating life. Like, stop trying to date the finance bro. You want to date a farmer. You want the kind of guy that can drive a tractor, milk a cow in 5 seconds, and will kill a bear for you with his bare hands. Stop wasting your youth.
So yeah, like I was saying, sorry, I got distracted a little bit. Somebody had called me, but all you got to do to fix it, really, just mandatory paternity tests for each kid. Now, that's not going to happen, unfortunately, because they already, like in France, what people don't understand, in the country of France, it's illegal to test for your paternity of your kid. And when they asked why, they like the official said, if we actually did this, if they were allowed to test for paternity, it would just destabilize everything. That's from the official's mouth. That's what they said. And it that just shows you that women are not loyal at all. That's why I hope people understand, like, women are not loyal at all. So you just you know what I mean? Say child support needs to go. Modern women will definitely lose their minds if robot girlfriends and artificial wombs become available. It doesn't even need to be that extreme, though. In my opinion, all I gotta do, like for me, all you really have to do for me, just these two things: paternity tests and legalize prostitution. You might as well legalize it, because this whole basically, you can see but you can't touch. But I'm on OnlyFans, but I'm not a 304. I'm a porn star, but that's just my work. Like, basically, if you're paying for the sex, it's illegal. But if you're video recording it, it's not. What, bruh? you might as well legalize it from now, because this whole thing where basically the woman gets to have all the benefits of being a 304, but like basically men get nothing out of it, literally nothing out of it, but we can't call them out on it. Well, nah. That would fix the dating landscape. Like I said, when we talk about the finance bros, a lot of them, I'll say most of the finance bros, especially particularly the successful ones, they deal with escorts. They don't deal with normie girls. And this is why girls are like, I can't deal with no finance bro, because you can't leverage sex against them. Right? He said, farmer Chad not falling for her. Oh, right here. He said Atlanta and Miami are 304 disaster zones. Well, hold on, sorry. What did I say? Yeah, Atlanta and Miami are 304 disaster. Yeah, Atlanta's Looney Tune land. Oh yeah, no fault divorce. But I'll say this: I'm really on that, the paternity thing. Look, man. I bet you this. Let me give you an example. Let me give you guys an example, right? I bet you this. I bet you go to most American women and be like, look, I'm going to marry you, right? And look, you can take more than half my stuff if we divorce. Look, it's fine. It's fine, because for you to even qualify to even take assets, you have to be in the marriage for a certain period of time, right? Because if you divorce and there's no kids involved and it's like under 2 years, you're straight. A lot of the times, like a lot of the time, you like, especially if you don't got no assets tied together, and if you're the one making most of the money, or even if it's like decent money, you'll be straight. But I'd give the girl the deal of the lifetime. Look, you want kids because she's gonna want kids at a later stage, right? You can have half of my stuff. This is gonna be my only guideline in the prenup. Every kid that I have will be paternity tested. But like I said, if we break up, you can have my stuff. It's fine. You have the house and everything. Do you know how many women will not take that deal? Most women will still not take that deal just because you added the part, every kid that I have will be paternity tested. And if any of the kids don't come out mine, everything else will be nixed. Do you know? And that's basically the deal of a lifetime, right? But they'll still not take it. Why? Because they know themselves. Because it's not just that they'll cheat, but women know, like, women hate themselves a lot. What people don't understand, like, women really hate that they go through periods, that they really only have one functioning week out of all the months. You know what I mean? They only have like 2 weeks where they can actually function, and basically most of the month they're in some type of pain. They got some cramp. They got some kind of health issue, so they know emotionally they're too vulnerable. They know this. So they know that they are prey to being cheated on, but at the same time, they still want to experience the world. So they know eventually they're going to fuck up and somebody is going to knock them up that has no business knocking them up. They know this. They won't tell you this, but they know this. So most women will not take that deal if you put in the prenup, every one of my kids need to be paternity tested. You can still have most of my stuff if we divorce. You don't no it don't you can keep the no fault of everything. If you add that part, every kid must be paternity tested, they're not going to take it. They're not going to take it. Trust me. Oh man. He said, Atlanta, is that not Zesty Land? Yep, that is Zesty Land. He said they're only functional during ovulation. These are facts. And what people got to understand with that, what people got to be careful of, most women cheat. When they cheat, they usually cheat during ovulation. This is why paternity testing needs to be mandatory. I'm sorry, it needs to be mandatory. But that's not, like I said, that's not going to happen, because like I really believe like, me personally, I believe half of the people that are walking around with families I'm talking about, if there's no stepchildren involved, there are at least 1 or 2 kids that are not the dads, and they probably don't know, because the guy that the guy that she cheated on, that she cheated with, is like the same race, and does anybody in the chat, does any of you guys follow Red Pilled Luffy on Twitter by any chance? He talks about this a lot, and and I believe this. I believe that as long as the kid is the same skin tone, I think a lot of men don't really care if they get cucked, because if the kid's the same skin tone, they won't ask no questions. I believe, people might disagree with this, but I really believe this. I really believe this. And this is why, and this is one of the main, people don't under, this is why it'll be like white dudes, they don't want uh a girl that be messing with black dudes, or this is why it'll be white women are discouraged from messing with black dudes, because if she breaks up with that black dude, there's not a whole lot of black dudes in general in the United States in general. So especially if she lives in a certain area, she's going to have to date black dudes, because the kid is going to come out mixed. You can't play it off. Now, if you got all the kids of like the same race, people are not going to ask questions, unless if the kid's like a ginger or a blonde, and you know what I mean. So this conversation get a bit complicated, but like this guy Red Pilled Luffy. You got to follow him on Twitter. Red Pilled Luffy. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, but man, He be putting out some interesting stuff. Anyway, I got sidetracked a little bit. Let's bring up Tweeter. He said I could never. That's why I say white dudes don't care. Wait. Actually, never mind. We'll say white dudes don't care. The baby could look scorching black and still say it's his kid. Nah. I disagree. I disagree with that because it's just too obvious. It's too obvious. I don't know if you've seen that, but that's one of the main because if you're a white woman and you procreate with a different race, but particularly black, you can't play it off. You cannot play it off. She's going to have to date black men for the rest of her life. You know what I mean? But let's bring up Tweeter. I don't know why I like saying it like that, but I got some of the best TradCon videos known to man saved on my Tweeter. If I can find it real quick. Oh, man. Oh no, I'll share that later. Oh yeah, by the way, have you guys seen what happened with Kai C? With Kai Cenat? Him giving the money to the he gave the money to the 304. I mean to the guy that his girl was dancing on him. Let me see. I'll bring that up on another time. But I don't know if you guys seen that with the African artist. The girl left her boyfriend in the crowd. She went and danced and grinded up, bumping, grinding on this dude. Went behind the curtains, dry humping the dude. The streamer Kai Cenat ended up calling the girl that did this first. He called her first. And you know what she did? She was just like, thank you for asking for collabing with me. But if you want me on, you need to pay me this. And Kai he was baffled. He was like, after you do all that, you got the number one streamer in the world. After you do dirt. He called her first. And it was like, hey, I want you on the platform, whatever. And that literally, she could have won by being a dick. But 304s are so caught up in them that they're so lost in the sauce that they can't. She doesn't even realize she could have profited off her evil. But women are so evil that she sabotaged her own self from gaining more followers by being able to go on Kai's platform. And she's talking about, oh, my price is this if we want to collab, like she's a celebrity. I'm like, what, man? So Kai Cenat ended up calling the dude. And, the dude came on there, and he's still in bad spirits. But he came on. He didn't ask for no money. He didn't ask for nothing. He just whatever. So Kai saw that. He tries to set him up with a girl. And on top of that, he gave him $20K. He gave him 20,000, 20 racks and a chance at a different girl. And you got women and men. I'm talking about even conservative. It was Anthony Brian Logan was in the comment section talking about, oh, she should have got paid. I was like, what? No. Anthony, I swear to God, you can look at the video that I dropped yesterday. Anthony Brian Logan was in the comments saying that she should have got paid. I was like, no. I'm like, this is where we've come to. Anthony Brian Logan. And now that the dude got 20K, and now Kai Cenat also explained that he started from 500 followers. Now he has 30,000 followers. He said that the guy called him back. Now I'm getting offers from these modeling agencies. I'm getting offers to collaborate. Now he's winning. And then now now that the guy's coming out in the winning end of it, now the girl try to make a fake ass apology video. What? Oh no, I'm not. Anthony Brian Logan was in the comments, was in the comment section talking about Kai Cenat should have paid her. I was like, are you guys? I'm like, are we in Looney Tune land? what are we doing here? And I swear, you can watch my video from yesterday. I give you let me bring it up. Let me fuck this. Let me bring this shit up. I ain't lying on this. I'm gonna scroll through. I'm gonna scroll through real quick. I'm gonna scroll through. I'm gonna find my own video and show you. I'm going to show you guys. Anthony Brian Logan was in the comment section saying, and it shocked me because I didn't see that. I was doing it live. I did the reaction video live. Okay, let's see. When I saw the comment section, I was shocked. I was like, is that Anthony Brian Logan talking about she should have got paid? Tried to get the girl first that went on stage to join the stream, but she wanted. By the way, that's me. That's me talking. Compensation. Let's look at the video here. Him talking about it.
Literally, bro. She replied, "Damn." I said, let me know if you want to talk on stream to tell your side of the story. She said, "Hi, thank you for reaching out. I'm definitely interested in collaborating with you. However, I'd appreciate it if we could discuss compensation for my time and my contribution."
You can't make this stuff up, guys.
Wait, hold on. Wait, bitch, compensation? Huh? Nah. She moving like Kim. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh,
God,
man.
Literally.
Ain't that funny?
Bro. She replied.
Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? He said she moving like Kim. And that's what I told you. When you're dealing with modern 304s, no matter what country you coming from, with this Instagram stuff, with Twitter, right? Really think I'm trying to find the part where I ended up scrolling through the comments and I saw Anthony Brian Logan. I was like, no way. Right with me, like she's some kind of celebrity or some star. And it's like, are you serious? And after embarrassing, there's right ABL, there's no way you were cool with. Oh, no way. So right here, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I can put a full screen, but right here, if you can see the outline of the video, it's Anthony Brian Logan's page right here. And he says, she's right. I know it's blurry. He says, she's right. There are probably 100 podcasts in her inbox asking the same question. Best way to narrow them down is to seek out the ones that are willing to pay. I was like, and this was my live reaction to seeing it was ABL saying this. This is my live reaction. Wow. Just the arrogance. Watch this. The arrogance. Oh, no way. There's ABL. There's no way you were cool with her asking for compensation. Let me just act like I didn't see that ABL type that. I was in denial. When I saw that ABL type that, I was in denial. I was like, let me just act like I ain't see. I was like, let me act like I didn't see ABL just type that. The first thing she asking for is money. Well, after you do dirt. Wow. It's literally like compensation. Now, juxtapose to the guy. The guy went on there very humble. He didn't ask for no money. He didn't ask for nothing. You know what I mean? Because right now he's going through a terrible time. He's embarrassed. Right? He got treated like garbage in front of everybody. But I was just like, she talking about compensation. Kai was shocked. Now, this is the funniest part about all of this. You got dudes, and you have 304s and dudes talking about, oh, Kai Cenat he's part of the patriarchy. He's helping the patriarchy by helping him get money. I was like, are y'all serious? I even saw somebody talking about, oh, Kai C must be one of those RP guys. I was like, you bruh. Basically anything that if you're not benefiting a woman, then you're part of the RP. That's what being an RP guy means now. you're part of the RP community because you don't obey me. I'm literally like, yo, this is gone too far. I'm like, you don't get to be a #1 streamer in the world doing an RP. you don't become the #1 streamer in the world from being Mgtow. I mean, bruh. I saw this on Twitter. I was like, Kai C not no RP type. What are you talking about? He got Nicki Minaj on his platform. And how many Offset? You don't get guys like that on your bruh. I was like, wow. I'm talking about people were mad that the girl didn't get paid. And she coming in here talking about what? Thank you for wanting to collab with me. Who are you? Who does she think she is, dog? Wow. Compensation. Talk about but like I said, they own, like she had an opportunity to even elevate her profile to still benefit her, even though she did dirt. But this is that's how self-destructive women are to their own selves. Even when she was about to win from doing dirt, she couldn't help herself. She went to full 304 Cynthia G / Sprinkle Girls, Shireen 07. I want my money. Man, you man. You could take a straggle out the hood, but you can't. and by the way, okay, right here. So Lorette said ABL is not red pill. Yeah, that's true. But he be in a lot of these RP. He be in the chats. He be in the chats heavy. He be in CGA's chat heavy. He be in all these people's. he be in the RP comment section heavy, like i.e. how Kevin Samuels used to be before he blew up. People don't remember, like Kevin Samuels used to be like on Tommy Sotomayor streams, right? Like on the chats, right? I used to see him under under O'Shea Duke Jackson. Like when it comes to people that end up blowing up, that end up going mainstream, is always somebody you don't expect it to be. I never expect, like I used to see Kevin Samuels do like fragrance videos and stuff like that, and coaching calls with men. Nobody cared about that. Nobody cared. Yeah. Kai has had Ice Spice on there. I even saw like a girl try to bring up the fake grape accusation that happened with his friend. I was like, oh, y'all dirty. Y'all some dirty 304s, dog. They try to bring up some shit that the 304 literally admitted that she lied about the situation, but like it's oh man. Just the entitlement. The entitlement. The straight entitlement. But anyway, let's go back here. Because that had me out. Because they were trying to say that Kai is RP now. I'm talking about it was girls in there talking about he's just trying to be RP like these incels. I was like, are you guys serious? What? I mean, you're just literally like, wow. So right here, I don't know if you guys seen this video, right? So here you have, they go around asking, they're at like a regular gathering outside where you're dealing with the normal folk, and they go and ask men. I'm sorry, they go around asking women, do any of you guys need a man? And they go asking around men, do you need a woman? And here are the results of this experiment.
Need men? Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No?
We don't need short men.
Do you need a man?
No.
Need a man?
Oh, God.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No? Do we need men?
We need men to make us stupid.
Do we need men? Do we need men? Do women need men in this world? Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because we can be strong, independent women.
Do we need men?
Like, not necessarily, but like, if I can look at them, like, we need a man to look at.
Do we need men?
No!
No, why?
Nobody needs men!
Really?
We do not need men!
Guys, Cinead
Why not?
Cinead O'Connor. Cinead O'Connor in the background.
Oh, why do we need men?
Why would I need a man?
So what can you get from someone else that you don't get from a man?
The only thing I can get from a man that I can't get anywhere else is dick.
Okay.
And I don't need dick.
Do we need women?
Yes,
We do. Why?
these women are awesome.
Do we need women?
Of course,
Why?
they're beautiful.
Do we need women?
Women make us feel compassionate and affectionate.
Do we need women?
Of course we do.
Do we need women?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're hot.
And what else?
They're hot.
Do we need women?
I mean, shit, unless they're gay.
Do we need women?
Do we need women?
Yeah.
Yes, who's going to do my dishes?
We got to get we got to get one shot in at the end. But like I said, what people don't understand, and shout out to Just Pearly Things, even though I don't like her at all, but she said something that I do agree with. I don't know if that's her thoughts or she got that from somewhere else. I don't know if she stole that thought from Hammerhand, because Hammerhand usually says stuff like this. So in the Whatever podcast, they found this video and they said this is a generation of women raised to hate men. Feminism is to blame. But what Pearl said here, she said it's not feminism, is what women want to do. And I agree. What people don't understand is this. A lot of the advice that women have gotten about their life, what to do with their life, why they hate men and all this stuff, this is stuff that they got from their mom or their grandma. What a lot of men don't understand is, while they thought they had like a submissive wife back in the day, all that, they really did not like the wife really could not stand the husband, really. And when given the opportunity to give advice to younger women, what they told women was to date non-exclusively. If you ask these young women, who did you get that advice from? They will tell you they got their advice from their mom. Or they got it from their grandma. These are facts. Now that the opportunity is presenting themselves that to not need men in this particular timeline, they're taking the opportunity. Oh, he got to be on my level or higher, or he's got to be this height. Oh, we don't need this. Or you heard one of the women, we don't need short men, right? Or we don't need this. So now that they have the opportunity to, oh, we don't need him. F him. Now here we got dudes. They asked the dudes, damn near all of them said yes. So you literally have a generation that are, yes, they are brought up to hate men, but really this is what they wanted to do. They always wanted to do this, and it's been a process. This is a long process that's been since, even from back in the days when we talk about 1700s, 1600s, 1800s. This is a long process. And now that they have a place of power, that's not, that's not, they're not going to give up that thing of power. You know what I mean? So let's play the video one more time real quick.
Need men? Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No?
We don't need short men.
Do you need a man?
No.
Need a man?
Oh, God.
Do you need
Where's Sinead O'Connor? I gotta find her. Where's Sinead O'Connor at? Ah, here she is. Now, it's not gonna be late. Like girls, a woman like this, she's gonna be. This is what people don't understand. She's gonna turn into a conservative when it's convenient, and when people look back at the yearbook, or they'd be like, "Oh, remember when you used to shave your head?" And then she's gonna be like, "No, don't show my husband." I'm telling you, this is how this usually works. This is why I tell people, especially when you talk about these newly converted trad cons, I'm like these, like those Lila Rose types, Michaela Petersons, these are the girls that they used to be. But they understood that I got to get off that high horse. I got to get off that horse eventually. You know what I mean? So they just can't do that. They just can't just do that and just stay on it. You know what I mean? Wow, yeah, Sinead O'Connor right here. And I look, this is not an ugly girl. But unfortunately, what she's gonna have to recognize in the future, the girl that told her to shave her head and all this stuff, she hated her. And she hated you because you were younger than her and you had a better opportunity to move up in life better than her. And she's gonna this is not an ugly person. Or if you look at old pictures of Sinead O'Connor when she was younger, she was not an ugly girl, but she shaved her head, had all the rings. I don't know, I don't remember she had tattoos, but it's like she made herself to make sure she wasn't attractive to look at for men. But the actuality of the situation was the people that influenced her to do that, they actually hated her, right? It's almost like how they let the fat woman become fat because it's less competition. You know what I mean? It's messed up how that works, but she's, like I said, this girl, she's gonna be a trad con in the future. Trust me. She looks the most, feminine. She looks like the biggest feminazi out of all of them. But trust me, in the future, she's gonna be a trad con. I promise you. I promise you that, man. She's gonna be a trad con, man. She's gonna be a trad con. Sorry for the noise in the background, but see, every time I walk through Park Slope, I think about how easy it would. All right, right here. This is what you gotta understand. See here. This is what people don't get. This is the attitude. Because the plan for most young women is to party it up all the way up until their mid 20s. Probably like 28, 27. And then they just think, "Oh, I can just go on Bumble and just find me a tech bro," right? Well, not finance bro, but a tech bro from whatever valley, you know what I mean? And he's just going to take care of me. That's what they think is going to happen, but they don't understand the agenda is real. When that bank made that survey and they said like by 2030 most women are going to be childless and single, they don't understand there's been investments to make sure you're going to be single, because by that time men are just not taking those deals anymore. They're just not taking bad deals like that anymore. So most women are going to be at that point. They're going to be childless and single, and it's going to be a shit show. But they just have that attitude. Oh, I'm just going to wander through life, do what I want, party it up, and Brad, 35-year-old Brad, is going to accept me for who I am. But what you don't understand is the 35-year-old software engineer that's making six figures, he's going to have options, and you're going to have channels like us, right? Or you're just going to have guys like that. He's going to have more options, and guys like that, or they're moving overseas, right? Like this is all planned. This is all planned by the powers that be. They don't understand there's bigger powers at play here. There's been investments to make sure women stay single. They put investments in those TV commercials, agendas, Disney Channel, or Disney Plus, right? The Marvel Studios. This is investments, paid investments to make sure women are single. And they know it was going to be an adverse effect where men are going to be like, man, I'm not taking on this dead weight anymore. You know what I mean? Let's see. That's not what I wanted to show, though. That's not what I wanted to show. Let me see if I can find the video of, because it's this particular podcast I wanted to show you guys. Right here. So right here, I know there's another video of this girl that I saved. Right here. So here you got these newly converted tradcons, right? Shoot. I missed it. So here you got these newly converted tradcons, and they're going to
NBA player.
So here you got these newly converted tradcon women, right? This is a Christian podcast, man. This is a Christian podcast. This is a Christian, an alleged Christian podcast, led by two females, and she wants to talk about what her godly man needs to be, what her godly man needs to look like, and let's take a look at what she requires for her godly man to marry her as she becomes celibate. What she's expecting. Let's take a listen.
I want a man 6'4", 6'2" is fine, or like a retired NBA player. I just want somebody, like I want his life to be the Bible. Like I just want somebody who's so obsessed with the Bible and so obsessed with Jesus, and who understands, and like we said, like who can teach us things.
Yeah.
Like I want my dude to speak in tongues and have tattoos.
I just want a good.
Did you just hear what she said? She said, I want my dude to speak in tongues and have tattoos. You want to hear that again one more time? This is what happens when you let women like this talk. Oh my God. That's crazy.
And like we said, like who can teach us things.
Yeah.
Like I want my dude to speak in tongues and have tattoos.
I just want a good man. Like a nice classic man. I want somebody who will literally protect me and beat someone's butt if they need to, but also will sit there with compassion and just like a good-hearted man.
I want a dangerous man, but not dangerous to me. That sounds like something that black women say, and they get a lot of flack. Remember when Carrie Hilson had that tweet talking about she literally said on her tweet, I want a dangerous man, but not dangerous to me. I was like, yep, that's black women's weakness right there. Yep, that's their number one weakness right there. Educated hood ninja.
That's what a true man is. There has to be that dichotomy. It's the same.
You hear that language? This is what a true man is. This is what a real man is. A former retired NBA player. 6'2", 6'4". This is a real man.
Same thing with feminine women too. There's always a dichotomy, but there's a softness and a strength.
Yeah.
And for men, being masculine is being able to beat someone's butt, you know, maybe not physically, but like being a protector and like doing what he needs to do to protect his family.
By the way, if you hear a girl talking about, I need a dude to protect me, I need a dude that knows how to kick butt, you better run from that girl. I mean, I'm talking about you better run. She's going to get you into situations. I mean, like you don't even understand the danger you put your life. Like people, like people don't understand. Do you know how many black men are in jail that are in the grave because of women like this? I'm talking about. Do you know like how many black men that are? I'm talking about they're dead. They're dead. Meaning they got. I'm like, and when you look at what happened, the girl that they was with or their sister, you know what I mean? But the girl that they was with, just like, man, look at my dude. He got this gat. He got this. They be yapping at the mouth, talking crazy to anybody. He's got to step in. I'll give you even something simple. They don't like women don't understand. Like even something simple like this, right? Where I used to work, I don't know if one of my former coworkers in the chat. There was two bartenders, one male, one female. Now apparently they were betting on something, right? They were betting on something. Now the female bartender already has a boyfriend, right? Who she cheated on him with somebody else from the work. That's a whole nother story for another day. But apparently they did a bet on something. Now, I don't know what childish bet they put on, but the next day, the male bartender showed up drunk to his job. I don't know if he was on his day off, but he showed up drunk. He tried to put hands on the female bartender, and a whole commotion almost happened. The boyfriend ended up having to come from where I don't know if he had to come from his job or whatever. Tall, light-skinned dude with tattoos, the typical hood ninja stuff, right? But she doesn't understand. This could have been all avoided if you wasn't playing these games. Like, I don't know what happened. It was a miscommunication of the bets. I don't know. She didn't want to pay up, or she owed him, or he owed her, or she owed him. I don't know what happened, but she thinking she could play these hood ninja games, and then when she gets when the dude puts his hands on her, or literally apparently he had her pinned to the wall or something crazy like that. Now a whole chaos is happening because people are being childish. We got 30-year-olds being childish, our bartenders being childish, where now ninjas is coming through. They had a fire dude, boyfriend coming over with vengeance in his eye. Like, they don't understand the stuff that they'll put themselves in certain situations where they don't understand the collateral damage that they cause when they don't stay in their place. They don't understand the collateral damage that it causes. So please please stay away from women like this, guys.
But then also being soft enough to like be able to tend to his wife's feelings and like to be a good loving father to his kids. Like there's got to be that dichotomy.
I cannot believe her TikTok name is Bible Lady with 2 Y's. This is what the TradCon dudes. This is what you want us to take up. This is this is look at the description right here. All women want is a 6'2", 6'4" retired NBA player with tattoos who is obsessed with the Bible and can beat a man to death, but takes time to listen to his wife's feelings. And I love that for them. That's literally what she said. This is not no exaggeration. He's literally repeating what she said in that video. This is clown world. Now, I'll say this. Oh, man. Hold on. I'm seeing some chats in here. This is funny as hell. I saw something funny. Yeah, 6'4" is like top one. They don't even get that. He's an NBA player. Sure, she's great. Right here, this is the chat. She wants a gangster who's a child of God. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But what people don't understand is this: a girl like that, she's full of cap. So what people don't like, people with experience with women understand that women will say stuff like this, but then when you look at all the men that they have fornicated with in the past, it's been drug dealers, posers, tattoo artists, but mostly unemployed chads. That's the people that she's been messing with. Those are the dudes where she says, look, I don't want to take care of a man anymore. That's because she was dealing with a broke Tyrone, meaning genetically he was gifted, but he was living on an air mattress because he literally has nothing else to offer. That's what they're talking about. Women taking Auntie Fannie Willis advice and losing literally. Facts. So-called Christian, they don't even know what they want. Oh man. Oh, that's the thing. They get mad when you tell them that they're too old to be acting like that. Man, I'll say this. I was on a podcast with my cousin, and they just like I said, like women, they are very sensitive when it comes. I know I'm not saying nothing new, but they are very sensitive when it comes to this age thing. They're so sensitive when it comes to this. Like they don't. I think they know inherently that after a certain age, women just go bad. But like, I was on the podcast with my cousin, and I was talking about the girls that I was dating at the time when I was 21 years old. When I was 22, and I said, "Oh yeah, I was looking for a younger girl," and or when I was 21 and I was going out with a 19-year-old, and people were giving me stares because I look way older than 21 at the time. Like I looked like a sugar daddy because I got an old face, right? But in a very old demeanor, I got bad posture, everything. But she was just so like the girl that was on the podcast with she was just so uncomfortable every time I said 19-year-old girl, because I kept using like 19-year-old girl as an example of, okay, who am I looking for, or what somebody else, basically what other dudes was looking for if he's looking for a 22-year-old. She was just so, I'm like, why? She just kept saying like, why are you saying it? Like, I'm like, but that's what dudes are looking for if they can, like. And I was like, I'm like, I'm like, at the time when I did the podcast, I was like, I'm 23. Like, if I'm with a 19-year-old and I'm 23, that's bruh. But like I said, they just, when it comes to age, I've said this on this channel, I don't know how many umpteenth time, but I'm gonna say it again. Women hate average men, paternity tests, and women that are younger than them. Bottom line. Anytime they encounter a woman that are younger than them, it's like, nothing good can come from that, because they look at that girl as competition. They don't look at that girl as, man, let me help her out. Right? When I was a younger kid, and anytime an older man would he'll try to help, what happens when it's an older man seeking out a younger man for advice or whatever, or if the older man doesn't look at the younger dude as a competition, he looks at that young kid like, oh man, I've been there before. I'm talking about, it could be ops. Like remember, like Corey Holcomb has had all this beef for Earthquake, right? And then he said he ran into his son, and he just like all the stuff, just all the bad feelings went away. That's how he said he saw his younger son, and it was like he was like looking at younger Earthquake, and basically all the bad feelings about him went away. That's like when a man sees a younger dude, he doesn't look at him as he just looks at him, man. I'm talking about, I've seen brothers like of dudes that I've been in disagreements with, but like you'll see like the younger brother, or like he's in like the guy was in my class. No, I think yeah, he was in my Spanish class. Yes, in my Spanish class, I knew the younger brother of somebody, and I wasn't getting, I didn't like the stuff that he was saying. But I met his, and you're just like, you meet the younger brother, and you're just like, he can't be that bad. That's how when older men talk to younger men, they try to put them on game or some advice. Particularly, I will say older, yeah, like, or in my case, like older white dudes. They be trying to help ninjas out and whatnot. Like for real, because they're not looking at the younger dude as a competition. Or like or another case where it'll be like an older black man. They'd be like, man, look, man, we sacrificed a lot. We sacrificed a lot. You can't blow this. You can't blow this. You can't blow this opportunity that we have, that we gave y'all. But the problem is when older women approach these younger women and they give these women terrible advice, and what they do is they sabotage them because they look at them as competition. And I'll give you even another example of that. I'll give you another example. Anybody that's noticed, it was people have been noticing that, like, I guess Gen Z girls look way older than their age, and the millennial right, people have just been noticing that Gen Z girls are aging really badly, right? And instead of women coming to their aid and defense about it, do you know what the millennial girls were doing in the comment section? They're like, yeah, I don't get it. I'm in my 30s and I look younger than them. And I was like, I'm talking about it was millennial women and Gen X women making fun of the Gen Z women for looking older than what they're supposed to do. And even though they took their advice, the advice that they got on how to live their life is from them. And then now people are noticing, look, Gen Z women are aging badly. And instead of people coming to their defense, and I didn't see nobody in the comment section like, oh, you body shaming the Gen Z woman. No, it was particularly millennial women in their late 30s and younger Gen X women talking about, oh yeah, I look younger than them. I don't know what's up with them. I was like, are y'all serious? Y'all are evil. I saw that comment section. I said, y'all are evil. Y'all some dirty strags, dog. I'm talking about of all races of women doing that in the comment section. I was like, y'all some dirty strags, because y'all know y'all gave them the advice of how to live and what they're doing. And now when people are noticing the obvious, the effects of where you got these younger women putting stuff on their face, Botox in their face, where do you think they got that advice from? When they was asking questions, you told them to do that. Now, when it's time for you, when they're on their down point, now you're talking about, oh man, I mean, people talk about I look young every. I was like, just so dog, y'all took this opportunity to flex. Oh, right here, I see another comment right here. He said, I would bet the millennial woman would try to manipulate the Gen Z woman into going full transformer. That too. They've done that too. And then now they're trying to act like, man, what's going on? I was like, are you guys, you can't be serious. Got these female YouTubers acting like they don't know what's happening. And then they're taking the opportunity, particularly millennial women are taking the opportunity to flex on their looks, on how they look younger than than the Gen Z women that they meet. They're taking the opportunity to flex. And I'm just like, you guys are awful. Just awful. I didn't see not one comment talking about, oh, yo, you body shaming them Gen Z girls. Not one comment about body shaming. And I was like, you see, this is what it's all about. You in competition with young hoes. Both of them chasing Chad. Both of them chasing Chad. Y'all are terrible people, bro. I'm just like, wow. Let's see if I think I got one more video here from the same podcast. Oh, that YSL girl. Oh my God. Let me see. Okay, I got two more videos to show. I know. I got officially two more videos. One from the same podcast right here. So this is from the same show, the same podcast. Oh man. So she's going to talk about her toxic ex that she can't get over. Like I said, this is supposed to be some kind of Christian podcast, right? But they sound like everybody else, every other strag. Let's take a listen.
You have to stop glorifying the person that you were with. For some reason, all you can think about is how amazing they were and all the good things. And you're like, oh, remember that time that we went ice skating and this and that? You've like created this exaggerated story narrative in your head about how incredible it was. While not even thinking about the fact that you guys fought the whole way there and the whole way home. therapists and psychologists say that when you go through a breakup, you should write a list of why these people weren't good for you. And I really agree with that. And then you look at it every time you sit there and you're having this exaggerated story of why they were so great and so perfect, and it's such a loss, and I'm never gonna find anybody like them. And then you can go through. Like, I'm not sitting there and saying to like sit and villainize the person, absolutely not. But you have to focus on the facts. Me and Ari have each other for that. Have something called pep talks. If we're going through a situation and we'll be like, whatever you're thinking is not real. It's not real. I will be like, but they were, and I did, but they were, this were amazing. And I'm like, huh? Who? Like, who are you talking about? Because I don't know if you're seeing this person correctly. It's incredible what the mind will do.
Now, I would meet girls like this in high school, right? And they would be just baffled on why I tried to avoid. Like, they would try to talk, right? Girls like this would try to talk to me, or just talking in general, and I would just be like, I gotta go. I cannot listen to this. I can't listen to this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally like, they will talk about, they will just talk, and you'll just be like, wow. There's a female comic that actually made me laugh recently. I didn't give her the credit. It's the ex of Patrice O'Neal. She does like some shows here and there, but she opened up for Corey Holcomb recently in New York, and she said that she said that after her ex died, she didn't say the name, she didn't say Patrice, she just said after her ex died, she said she knew that going out in the dating world, she knew that being a lesbian was not gonna work. And she goes, you know why? She just started talking. Yo, I'm talking about, it was hood ninjas in the auditorium laughing at that. That was hilarious. She said, "Man, she said I just couldn't do this lesbian thing because she just started talking, and that was it. That was it." This is the mumbo jumbo they'll say, and you'll just be like, "Is she done? Is she done, Mrs. What's her name? Bible lady with two Y's, Mrs. Bible lady with two Y's. Are you done talking? How many? You gonna say he's abusive next? He's very controlling, manipulative. Oh yeah, by the way, he's gay too. By the way, he's also gay too. Did you guys know that? What's next? They say the same thing, and you're just like, man, they can't say nothing. Oh shoot, what something? Oh, that was just my PS5 controller. Don't worry. But I'm like, they can't say nothing else. Nothing else they gotta say. The same thing, same old tune. All your exes are toxic and manipulative, huh? Oh yeah, and for revenge, they try to sign them up for a gay website, and their email was already there. Oh yeah, surprise, man, stop. They'd say the same thing, same sad old tune. If you let most women tell it, every ex that they had was Satan. If you let every female female talk, they'll say that. Dude, I've seen crooks. I'm talking about awful dudes in the penitentiary. And then they'll talk about, oh yeah, my girl, she wasn't bad though. You know what I'm saying? I know she had me on child support, but she cool. Bruh. It's literally like right here. I see the thing. They need to take the mic away. Yeah, they just need to take the mic away from these ladies. They're making first of all, they're making TradCon girls look bad by doing this podcast. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I've said this before on one of my older TradCon streams, but look, if you are a girl, sorry, if you are a woman talking about, oh, I'm a TradCon this, I'm TradCon that, look, man, you really shouldn't be even having no social media, but say you have social media. Look, if you really a trad con girl, I need you to, I'm talking about, this needs to be a goal of yours pre-college. Pre-college. I need to do the research to find out if this was actually a goal of yours pre-college. I want to be a wife, right? And when I say I want to be, and when you say I want to be a wife, and then somebody asks you why, I need you to list the reasons, all the ways that you are going to serve your husband. Now, how, not how your husband is going to do things for you, how you are going to serve your husband. And if that's not the case, I don't want to hear it. And on top of that, if you are what you claim you are, when I go to your house, dishes washed, floors cleaned, bathroom spotless. I'm tired of the BS. I'm tired of the BS, man. For real. Beer served. No man caves. She shouldn't. There should be no. The whole house is the man cave. Facts. Facts. I'm tired of the BS. I'm getting tired of the BS. If I ever stumble onto her account. Oh man. And then I said one more thing. Right here. So this is not a TradCon girl, but this girl has been making the rounds. I don't know what her name is, but I've been seeing her make the rounds. But people I'm not even finna play her video because that's off topic. That's off topic. But I'll show you. I'm gonna leave you guys off with this video. I'm gonna leave you all guys off with this video. I've talked about postpartum depression on my page, right? I've talked about postpartum depression and the myths about it, the misconceptions, what people think is postpartum, but really is really postpartum psychosis, which is rare, and how women are using postpartum as a crutch to act like whatever they need to act like. You know what I mean? And really, people don't even understand what postpartum is. Like, I don't know if it was a live stream I did it on, but I said what we did the research on it. Most people don't even know that men can suffer from postpartum as well. But if you told the average woman that stands on this stuff, they would not believe you because they don't even know what postpartum is. So right here, I want to show the TradCon dudes what could potentially happen to your girl when you knock her up.
I asked her. Stop. I asked her. Stop.
Now, this happens a lot, meaning it might not be her yelling directly at the baby, but her taking out the anger, usually on the dude. Now, this can happen. Now, what's happening is it's a lot of women out there suffering from postpartum psychosis, and really they need to be locked in a straitjacket. But what happens is when they have their fits of rage, they're just like, oh, it's just postpartum. No, this is not normal behavior. This is not normal behavior. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you guys, y'all better watch out. And you see the caption, it says, people oftentimes say that females are the nurturers. This doesn't look very nurturing to me. And I believe that too. When we talk about the true definition of nurturer, let's search up the true definition of nurture, because we're always taught that women are the true nurturers. Nurturing, nurture, meaning. Okay. So right here. So right here, the definition of nurture: the process of caring for and encouraging the growth or development of something or someone. Upbringing, education, environment contrasted with inborn characteristics as an influence on or determinant of personality. Right? to take care of, feed and protect someone or something, especially young children or plants, and help him, her, or it to develop. She wants to stay at home and nurture her children. A carefully nurtured garden. Thesaurus synonyms to take care of someone or something. Now, in today's age, can you really say that women are the true definition of nurturers in America? Particularly in America, Australia, the UK, can you really say that this is someone that is a natural nurturer, where most of the people are just gonna write this off as postpartum? So this happens to a lot of men, right? But what's interesting, this is why I believe postpartum, or what they think is postpartum, is a myth. The reason why I say this is because I've never heard of any Nick Cannon's baby mamas go through this. I've never heard of any Future's baby moms go through this. It seems to always be, or Drake's baby mother, right? The corn star. Any of Diddy's baby moms go through this. It's interesting. This seems to only happen to the average everyday man, where his woman is flipping out on the baby or flipping out on him, where the after having a baby, it just changes them. So this is where I'm like, I really have to call into question, is postpartum depression a myth? So I've already done my stream on that. I'm not even gonna elaborate on that. I don't know why it highlighted everything for me, but like I don't even know why. That's a whole other discussion for a whole another day, right? But like I said, let's check some comments before I sign off. The power of Christ compels you. Known since college sex ed class. Yeah, Angel says many of today's women are not nurturers, postpartum or not. Facts. I'm talking about regardless of what postpartum is doing or whatever. Most women today are not nurturers. They're not. And that, if they're just not nurturers today, that means they can't be natural nurturers, because men still, I'm talking about today, men still want to naturally protect women. Even the trad dudes, they still want to they want to help women's sports. They feel like they need to protect women's sports from being overran by transformers. Now, I have but that just shows you that men are just natural protectors. Now, can we say women are natural nurturers? I don't know about that, because now, given the opportunity to, when now they have the option, they don't want to do that. They don't want to raise the kids. They just want to put the kid in daycare and ruin the kid's life and go to their corporate job and be a slave, right? Because now that they have the option, they don't even want kids in general. Now that they have the option to, and the only time they want kids is if they can get some super child support from it, or the guy's making money, or if he has status, or if he's a Chad or a Tyrone. There's like many conditions to their nurturing. You know what I mean? For a man to be a protector, there's no conditions. There's no conditions to a man wanting to protect. There's no conditions. But even you'll have women talk about, he needs to naturally be masculine so I can naturally be feminine. No, it's either you're feminine or you're not. Bottom line. But most men won't even call out women for that. He said that's why single mothers are the biggest threat to the baby. Exactly. They are most likely to harm the kids. They've done studies on this. Single mothers are more likely to harm the kid more than the single fathers. I mean, they've had so much stats on just the negative effects of just being a single mom in general, so they like it's just undeniable at this point. He said because the dad is not around to protect the kid if the mom don't want he or she no more. You know, this is facts. Oh, from the UK. Shout out to you, bro. Because I'm already 3 hours in. Man, you missed the whole show. Damn, man, you missed he's at the last 5 minutes of the show, dog. But like I said, to sum up everything, trad cons want man to take a bad deal, right? And what they believe is, okay, this RP stuff, that was cool, that was fun, but shouldn't we graduate from this stuff? No. Have the laws changed? No. Last I checked, no. Is the family court still doing family court stuff? Yes. Is there, bro? And they'll talk about, well, the divorce rate is falling. That's because nobody's getting married. So I would hope that the divorce rate is falling. But the way that they measure the divorce rate, they go by year. So they're not taking the total number of marriages in general. They're just going by year, measuring it by the amount of people getting married compared to the amount of people getting divorced in that year. That's how they measure the divorce rate. And that's still terrible. 40%. That's still terrible. That's failing. That's still terrible. And that's like, let's discount the amount of sexless marriages, the amount of marriages that are arranged. I mean, come guys. Like this is bad. Like this, when you got these people, the Jordan Petersons of the world, the Ben Shapiro's of the world, the Matt Walsh, Crowder, Candace Owens to a lesser extent. Who else am I missing? Lila Rose, right? These people. What's her name? Lauren Chen, Lauren Southern, Lauren Canada, I think her name is. These people. Just Pearly to a lesser extent, right? These are what you call chameleons, right? Particularly when you're talking about traditional conservative women. Real femme sapien, these people. Now all of a sudden, the RP is harmful and dangerous and toxic. And I'm like, oh, there's that feminist coming out of her. There's that feminist. I knew it was in there somewhere. It was in there. I was just waiting for it to come out. Just waiting for it to come out, man. The feminism always comes out. The feminism always comes out. Oh man, yeah. The tradcons, they just refuse to. Community channel says tradcons refuse to accept reality on its own terms. They don't get it. They have no idea what the dating landscape is, and this is how you know. Oh, who else did I forgot? Brett Cooper, another one. This is another one. And before I sign off, I want to leave you off. I know I said that before. Because a lot of people don't understand when we talk about controlled opposition. When I keep trying to tell you these conservatives are not your friend, especially like Michael Knowles. These guys are former child actors, child actresses. These people are fake beyond, like, if you do the research behind these people. This is what people don't understand. Hold on, this is okay, good. It's not showing me. All right. I'm going to show you one last video and I'm going to sign off. This is the information that the tradcons hide from you. Because there's going to be eventually the right people end up doing the research. Here we go. I hope you guys are ready. Let's share the video. Need you guys to be ready because a lot of your favorite tradcons are going to be on there. They're going to get exposed right in here.
Are plants / actors.
Let's see here.
Did you know that all of your right-wing figures are plants/actors? Candace Owens, who is famous for saying racism isn't real, actually won a lawsuit for racial discrimination. She was later cited on a talent search website for actors. Ben Shapiro is a failed screenwriter, and Steven Crowder is a failed stand-up comedian. Even Brett Cooper and Michael Knowles have had acting careers, with Michael acting in LGBTQ roles. Did you know that all of your right-wing figures are plants/actors? Candace Owens, who is famous for saying racism isn't real, actually won a lawsuit for racial discrimination. She was later cited on a talent search website for actors. Ben Shapiro is a failed screenwriter, and Steven Crowder is a failed stand-up comedian. Even Brett Cooper and Michael Knowles have had acting careers, with Michael acting in LGBTQ roles. Did you know that all of your right-wing...
Especially with Michael Knowles. I remember when somebody did the research on him and exposed him. I'm like, so this is the guy trying to talking crazy about LGBT, and meanwhile he actually played in roles where he was chili dogging. Oh hell no! Nah. But these people are what you called controlled opposition. Angel said it best. Failures giving advice. This is why I try to and I'll say this because I'll take it a step further. Forget those guys are the obvious plants. Those are obvious. Those are obvious plants. Even though they're very entertaining people. He said, especially Michael Knowles. These are entertaining people, but I'll take it a step further. Riley Gaines. Me and Lorette have had conversations at nauseum on this kind of stuff. Riley Gaines, these people, they want you to save women's sports now. These are the same TradCon girls that are going to be that are still asking for equal pay. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. I'm talking about they're still asking for equal pay. Meanwhile, at the same time, they want us to save women's sports because they can't handle a dude in a wig whipping that ass. But we're supposed to step in and save this because apparently it's still, because if you look at the comment section, they're still blaming men for this. They're still blaming men for this. So this is what we got. We yeah, Candace Owens, because what Candace Owens, the problem is she takes it too far. This is how you know she's a plant. She takes it too far. You know what I mean? Racism isn't real. Well, I'll say that, and then it's because she literally, that's kind of how she got famous, because she was part of a racial discriminatory lawsuit where people was discriminatory against her. She's from Stamford, Connecticut. She's from Stamford, Connecticut. So she's from Stamford. She's from Stamford. And people that have been in Connecticut, we already know certain spots in Connecticut, bro. Like, yeah. Like you talk about Richfield, Darien. Yeah. Like Richfield is very racist. Darien, Wilton. Yeah, Wilton. Ooh, yeah, Wilton. Greenwich gets a bad rap for being full of snobby rich kids, but it's really Westport that has all the snobby rich kids. But ironically, I know a lot of those kids in Westport and they're not snobby to me. But objectively speaking, Westport has the most like snobs in general. Fairfield, Fairfield, sheesh. Fairfield, very racist. Let me trying to think of some other towns. But yeah, a lot of the richer spots in Fairfield County, one of the richest counties in the United States, but it ain't no joke. It's at some of these spots. It ain't no joke at some of these spots, man. And it's mostly the teenagers that are like that'll do these kind of things. The older adults, yeah, they'll do that, but it's not what you think. Like if you actually go and visit the town folks, they're not really tripping off race like that. If you actually know the town folk, they're not really tripping off race like that. It's really the teenagers that be doing the dirt. And then they feel bad about it once they become adults. Oh man. But like I said, even like racism in general is like black people can be racist towards white people. Like I don't understand how. Like I don't know. Like I had to explain this to like a older black woman. I'm like, yeah, black people can be racist to white people. That happens all the time. I don't like so because I think people are looking at it. Well, what black person can deny a bank loan to a white person? Okay, but that doesn't mean racism is still not there. Like it's still there. It's still there. But I'll say the people that have been the most racist to me, I'll say this, are these fake liberal white/Asian bitches. Super racist. Super racist. Because really, if we when we're talking, like I remember like in when I was a kid, there was a girl I knew that didn't even really she doesn't even be around black people like that. She doesn't like black people like that. She just stayed away. She didn't say anything, I mean, she didn't talk about ad nauseum about it. She just would stay away, and she would stay away from certain spots. Now, compared to the so-called liberal girls that think they're your friends, forcing you to take selfies with them just to show that, like, this is the stuff I went through. It's just like it's really like embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Forcing you to take selfies with them. I'm like, I don't know you like that. I'm not going to be a prop. What's he said? Thoughts on segregation? I have no thoughts about it. What do you mean, like my thoughts on segregation? I got no thoughts about it. Eventually, people are going to commingle. It don't matter how separate you make things. Eventually, somebody's gonna go on the other side of the fence, and it's most likely gonna be a 304. That's how it works. That's how it works, man. I'll say this, man. I cannot believe black people are allowing Joe B. What we'll call him here, President 46. I cannot believe they're allowing our current president to be literally, he is a blatant racist. Like he's like a in your face racist, and they're trying to tell me Orange Man bad, so bad. But I never seen Trump do no ish that I'm seeing our current president doing, where he's literally going to black communities, eating chicken, playing basketball with him to gain votes. This is ridiculous. I'm like, is nobody gonna call this out? But I'm still supposed to say Orange Man bad? I mean, come on, man. Come on. No, man. We can't be doing this. This is blatant racism. I'm talking, this is in your face, blatant racism. And you still got black women voting a Democrat like it's not like it's like he's our only option. I'm like, are you guys serious? This it's embarrassing at this point. This is why I'm gonna let you on a secret, guys. I don't vote. I've never voted on anything. And people might say, "Oh, that makes you lazy. Why are you complaining then about?" No, I don't vote because most people are idiots when it comes to this thing. What people do, they vote on emotions. They don't go by policy. They don't look up the policy. They don't look up what's going to be the tax situation. They don't look at properties. They don't look at who's sponsoring the politicians. And they want me to vote. And then I'll say, okay, why don't I write in somebody? Why don't we all write in somebody that we can all agree with should be in? Or let's vote for this. Or I remember saying, why don't we vote for I remember I said at the time, I'm like, well, I'm looking at Rand Paul, right? Rand Paul. I forgot his name. His last name is Paul. And I'm like, I see some of the stuff. I'm see he's sponsored by this, but I like what he's doing here. What about this? And you know what people are saying? Well, he's not going to be an option. What do you mean he's on the ballot? Well, he's not. I'm like, so what's the point of me voting if they're already selecting the people for me? What's the point? I might as well just stay home. These are the people that they select for you. You got to vote for the people that we selected for you. That's not no choice. That's not freedom of choice. That's why I stay my black ass home. That's what I do. This is what I do. I stay my black ass home because clearly I don't have a choice in the matter anyways. And clearly our current president, the masses did not vote for him. He stole the election. It's clear that he stole the election. So what was the point of me even going out the way and voting for the right person, which would have been Orange Man? What would be the point? What would be the point? If they're just gonna steal the election anyway, they already did it with President 44 with Bush. He stole one right in front of our eyes, and it's just like, what's the point? What's the point of me even, bruh? He tried to get used to our culture. Let him cook, Willie. He said, heck, they can't even admit that he has dementia. Yeah, it's clear. Like well, you know what? I'll say this. I think what he's doing, I believe this. I believe Joe Biden, he's basically, have you got anybody that's watched Family Guy? Remember Mayor West, Adam West? He's Adam West. Joe Biden is Adam West. Bottom line, he's Adam West. That's what we got in our office right now. Now, what people don't realize with Adam West from Family Guy, he actually knew what he was doing. It's just he was insane, but he kind of put that as an act. But when it came time to do certain things, he was in full consciousness. So I believe Biden is doing similar. I believe he a lot of the stuff he does is an act for the public. I don't think he's that far off, but he uses that the dementia thing, just the rumors of it, him fumbling around with words. I think a lot of that is an act. That might be that's my opinion on it. I could be wrong, but bottom line is Joe Biden is basically our version of Adam West from Family Guy. That's what he is. That's exactly what he is. That's how I look at him as. Very embarrassing. And on top, like, and people don't understand, like, that's another thing I hate when trad cons get, like, they get mad at black men for voting Democrat. They don't understand. What they don't understand is damn near every black woman is a Democrat in the black community. Damn near almost all of them. Especially if she went to college, she's going to be left leaning. Even if she considers herself conservative, she's going to hate Trump with a passion, right? So the problem is men are going to just cater to what women want. So this is why most black men cannot come out as an open Republican. They're not going to get no woman, dog. That's what trad cons don't get, because they don't realize, like, first of all, they don't even realize the girl that's with them is a chameleon, and she's just doing what's best for her. So she's going to act like that she's a Republican, but she's really not. She's just pro whatever benefits her. Now, with black women, they make sure it's like they make sure they buy the left, whatever they're selling. So there's no point of me even in participating in the discussion. There's no point of me even bringing up politics. Like George Carlin said, I'm just going to stay home and I'm just going to whack off. At least at the end of it, when I whack off, I have a result at the end of it. Shout out to George Carlin. That's one of the funniest things I ever heard him say. And I'll just sign off on this. I spoke to, hopefully, yeah, that's definitely gonna demonetize my I'm not gonna get the green money check mark. I'm gonna get the yellow money check mark off that. But man, thank you guys for tuning in. Do not take the Christ pill. Do not listen to Sovereign Bra. By the way, I think that Sovereign Bra guy, I think Chase, the preacher, he's gay. I'm sorry. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at how he talks. He's gay. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me bring him up real quick. Sovereign Bra. Sovereign Bra. Sovereign Bra. Here we go. Am I sharing? Oh, I'm not sharing it. It doesn't show my bad. It doesn't show my tweeter. This guy here, the guy that's telling people to take the Christ pill. This guy's gay, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to call it like I see it. When I hear him talk, when I look at him, this is a gay man. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Thank you for tuning in. I didn't want to say it, but when I see him and I see him and I look at him talk, how he even talks to women in general, I'm like, this guy's gay. But like I said, he wouldn't be the first gay pastor. He wouldn't be the first. He wouldn't be the last. All right. It's been good talking with you guys. Thank you, Pyro. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you, Lorette. Thank you, Angel, Community Channel. Thank you for chiming in at the end. Man, I wish he saw the most of the show. Man, Aerodynamic, it's been a minute. Good speaking with you, bro. Man, thank you for being active in the chat, man. There's a lot of chats here, man. Wow. Ronell, thank you. Reaper, if you're listening, shout out to you. 5150. We'll see you tonight. Trevor, thank you for donating and chiming in. Man, good luck to whatever you're doing. Shout out to you, bro. I'm probably not going to be able to tune into AJ's channel tonight, only because literally right after this, I got to drive somewhere. right after this, I got to drive to a rehearsal, another rehearsal. But yeah, thank you, August. It's been a while since I saw you, man. Man, shout out to you, bro. Man, so take care, guys. It's been real. I'm gonna sign off on this before the trad cons kill me on this. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't listen to no Sovereign, bro, man. Man, shout out to you, Trevor, man. Peace out. I'm gonna sign off on this, man.